said, "Hey, mister, how are you?" And if I'm being honest, folks, I just choked, 'cause I just simply don't know what to do. So I gave her the old Ricky Deluxe. No eye contact and a couple of bucks. I say that's all the cash that I happen to have, and then I run real fast and hope she falls in love. Works every time. The other day, a 10 out of 10 came walking my way. True story. She put her number on a napkin, which had me asking, how can I get myself far away? So I gave her the old Ricky Deluxe. No eye contact and a couple of bucks. I said it's all the cash that I happen to have, and then I run real fast and hope she falls in love. One time I had someone steady, and it was time to commit finally. I had the love of my life, my future wife, so I got myself down on one knee. And she gave me the old Ricky Deluxe. No eye contact and a couple of bucks. She said that's all the cash that I happen to have, and then she ran real fast and stole my truck. I think she was a girl. Suave young buck in a big black raptor. Look at his cash with no benefactor. Earth was getting a little too cramped. You had to hop in a rocket to find new land. But if your AC broke, you'd burn like hell. With a summer high of 812. 2635 at a good Q3 for the one and only HVAC man on Mercury. Yeah, the one and only HVAC man on Mercury. Heat beating down, door was rising. Had a retirement on the horizon. Yeah, maybe he'd go on back to get in a one-bedroom in the Sahara Desert. But he liked the heat and he liked the cash. Don't smoke outside, it'll burn too fast. 2635 at a good Q3 for the one and only HVAC man on Mercury. Yeah, the one and only HVAC man on Mercury. of whiskey and a beef jerky stick. I got 40 ex-girlfriends and a beef jerky stick. Just sword fought a samurai with a beef jerky stick. I lost. Check the color of my motor oil with a beef jerky stick. It was brown. Tell me, Mr. Jim, how'd you get so slim? Was it pills? Was it salad? Was it beef jerky sticks? Yeah, I bet it was. I got a funeral to go to and a beef jerky stick. Thought I was smoking a cigar, but it was a beef jerky stick. Just as good. I was adhering to the speed limit with a beef jerky stick. Officer? No, ma'am, I ain't excited to see you. That's a beef jerky stick. Tell me, Mr. Jim, how'd you get so slim? Was it pills? Was it salad? Was it beef jerky sticks?
Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hello, welcome. The soothing tones of Ricky Chilton, as usual, everyone. Yes, Dad's in the background, separated by a thin gate to keep the tiny, furry terror locked away. Locked away. Hello, Wildfell. Hello. Ray, JP, Beanie. Hello, non-binary, everyone so far. Hey, listen, I've had a day. I've had a day. So apparently, as I went to take a shower, which is why we have this going on, I realized that at some point the flooring of my shower cracked. Don't know when that happened. Which then resulted in water, of course, because what is a crack without it? Seeping under the flooring and is now pooling and dripping under my house. So that's a fun, neat trick that I learned about today. A little mad about it. A little mad. Just like this much. It's like a slight, maybe small, not super huge, probably somewhat sizable crash out. Considering what I paid. So I'm not sure what the fuck caused it, but I just found it, and that's a thing today. So that's cool. So gonna figure out how to fix that. But shit happens. So here we are. That's it. That's what I've got. I'm sure there's other things. But anyway, now we're all mad with you. Well, you know, shit happens. It's fine. Thank you for the sunshine. So I'm not exactly pleased considering the amount of money I paid. I think it's actually really fucking irritating. I'm borderline shut down. I'm super pissy, but it's okay. So I'm trying to make the best out of it because I acknowledge that shit happens. Like, I can't control the situation and what occurred. I can only find resolutions to move forward. Yeah, leaking is a pretty horrible feature, honestly, for any floor. So, or roof, you know, if your roof leaks, is fucking parallels. That aside, though, Ellis informed me, I guess, that there has been bitching about Silent Hill Townfall. Is that what I'm understanding? Is that what I'm hearing? Am I hearing correctly? Is that true? I guess, apparently.
I'd seen a post or two.
Ellis said he's seen a couple posts of people bitching. So I'm just trying to, like, yeah, me either. I don't know. Here's the thing. I want to remind everybody that this happened for Silent Hill 2 also, when everybody was complaining and was like, "Oh, yeah, like, go be the fucking Bluebird and you'll fuck yourself." Blah.
Exactly like that.
Exactly like that. Verbatim. Actual clip tweet. So that's all good and well and fine. But I haven't. Thank you. I haven't. But this is not a new cut. My hair's just wet and not dry. Because I got mad before I could dry my shaft. Harrison, thank you so much for 14 months. Also, Jaggy, thank you so much for the follow. Bet. Sounds good. Yeah. My hair is just wet and not dry. I said what I said. I said it, and I said it with my chest. What now? What are you gonna do? Stop me? I'm trying my best here, y'all. Have you heard about the leaked GTA 6? I don't know. Does it surprise me? No. Was it a dude who then proceeded to threaten that he had more shit to leak? Probably. I don't fucking care. I don't care. I'm gonna play it anyway. I don't give a fuck. I'm so yeah, I don't think that you understand the level of power of Crash Out. I also laid my bike down yesterday going like 6 miles an hour because I hit a patch of gravel I shouldn't have. So like I'm just having a moment, all right? It's fine. Thank you for that. So like today's the day, I guess. Are you gonna do a live stream of GTA 6 when it comes out in the next Eon? I mean, yeah, that's the plan. I will probably. Yeah, I'm also having a Mentee bee. I'm so sorry. I hope your Mentee bee comes with extra bonus peppermint flavor. Well, I was thinking about Mentos for some reason. I don't know why Mentee bee immediately made my brain move to Mentos, but for some reason it did. I'm so fucking not. I'm sorry that your surgery got pushed. Holy shit. I did not crash out the other day when the therapist decided to gaslight me. I simply stood up for myself. I am proud of you for doing that. I'm glad you stood up for yourself, and I'm glad that you're finding somebody better. Mentee. Yeah, I think that's kind of where I was at. Mentee bee turned into Mentos bee. I don't think that is a type of breath mint. Do they even make Mentos anymore?
Yeah.
Come to think of it, I haven't seen Mentos in a long time. Am I just not looking in the correct aisle? Does it count as a candy? It's good. It's fine. Oh, we're all crashing out. It's okay. That's what we're here for. They do make them. Okay. So, I don't know if you have any fucking interest in it, but I wanted to watch the fucking gameplay. So I think that's what we're going to do. Because at this point I need a distraction. So we're going to do that today.
I have to go.
Okay.
Stir the rice for a last time.
Do it. You stir that shit. I'll be here, anxiously awaiting your return.
Oh.
Like normal. Alright, let's check this shit out. I don't know. See what the fuck we've got here. Yes, there is. That's true. Ugh! Alright, let's see what the fuck they're offering right now. I don't know if any of you have watched this yet, but we're gonna find out, so. So this is the Silent Hill Townfall gameplay trailer that PlayStation specifically has posted.
Hey, Simon. Listen, I need you to do something for me. I need you to come back to the town and put some things to rest.
Yeah, we're gonna do like a live react
I've
is
tried,
what we're gonna
but
do.
they need to hear it from you. They'll listen to you.
Dad is wearing a Jaws
I
shirt.
know it's a lot
Yes.
to ask, but it's the right thing to do here, not just for them, but for the whole town. Let me know, Simon. We can make this right.
Being seaside is kind of an interesting turn of
I'm so
events.
excited.
I also feel like that's definitely not gonna go well
It's
for
gonna be
anybody.
fine.
So, Harrison says that you're cool and sending much love.
Well, thank you.
It's also interesting that there's more to it than that. The use of the radio is also really interesting. Like, you're looking for a signal.
Come back to me. Let me leave here. I can't do this much longer. Let me go home. Let me go home.
So it's showing you locations of where you need to go, is what I'm kind of understanding.
That's what I take it as.
I don't know if I'm gonna go to New Jersey to check out the pizzeria. We'll see. Even if I was going to, it's gonna take me fucking 8 months to get in. So,
That's true.
like, the pre-scheduling's gonna go hard. So, you know, I'd love to, but maybe. Also, hello. Shout out, Abba. Happy to have you here, Max Dud.
Come back to me.
Yeah, so predominantly this game, from what my understanding is it will be
This much longer.
mostly first person.
Let me go home. Let me go home.
So yeah, you're literally utilizing the radio signal to find where you're supposed to go?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, we also have the TMNT pizzeria to go to, Castle says. But that's reserved for Daryl also. That was required.
Let me leave here.
Yeah,
There it is.
okay. That's exactly what this is.
The house and the signal.
So it's interesting that they're still utilizing radio signal and radio transference. I don't mind that so much. Yes, Dick Whistledad is here. Dick Whistledad can tell you how he's doing, I'm sure. One of these days, I'm gonna make Dick Whistledad have a joint date with all of us, and then he can answer all of your questions about himself, and he can be on trial.
Trial.
So, graphically, it's obviously going to be impressive. Oh, interesting. So there,
Really?
the save signal is like the 9 red squares,
That's what it looks like.
but then this doesn't correlate to anything. It's its own standalone. Simon, you'll need this. An organ transplant container. I mean, that's a weird thing for somebody you care about to leave you, but get hard about it, I guess. Okay. So how long do we want to make a bet that I'm just gonna crack that bitch open in the first like 5 minutes of me fucking around with the numbers?
Brute forcing you?
Yeah, absolute brute force.
Yeah.
So I hope we expect this entire game to be filled with me trying to brute force puzzles.
When does
Because
this come out again?
to end of September, I think.
Okay.
Ray, you will brute force it.
As long as we're
I
back
said what
by
I
then.
said. Yeah, we should be back by then. I'm gonna move myself back up here, though. I was more comfortable in my corner. I'm probably annoying. Hold on, I'm gonna make myself normal sized. I'm probably a little too huge. Sorry. Too large. Too in charge. Hey, Googie! Did you just greet us as every pony?
Hey, buddy.
Brother. You're never gonna beat the MLP allegations, my guy.
No.
Why does she have a picture of me? Should she not have a picture of you? Is that not a thing she should have? Are we not? Is this his... Tell Ellis I said hi right now. That sounded like a demand. Tell that bitch I said hello.
Hello! Jesus Christ.
Ellis is doing some work. Every pony, like Donk. Not like Donk, like My Little Pony. Every pony. Gosh, Castle, get with the fucking times.
Gotta catch up, brother.
Gotta catch up with the bronies, brother. But also Donks. The house is cold. I don't think she's been here in a while. What was your first clue?
So are we dealing with like another we have amnesia about what the fuck is going on thing?
I don't know. I don't know if it's that.
What it's giving? Wait.
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily amnesia or if it's a situation where he hasn't been back in a while. Because, like, the whole thing was the other... Interesting. A nurse's uniform covered in dried blood. I mean, it's a nurse's uniform. Is that really so shocking? That is a lot of fucking blood, brother. Organ transplant card. So are we using the date off of the organ transplant card to coincide with the numbers on the box? Is that what we're doing here? I've been saying I gotta go potty for years because who's gonna kick my ass for saying it? I mean, I have questionable reasons that you should say I gotta go potty. Ain't nobody gonna ever check you for saying every pony. I didn't say that. I'm practicing my donk throws.
Shoots. You can't.
No, I'm not allowed. I really want to do Pinkie Pie next, but that's because Ellis and I had a really depressing conversation about Pinkie Pie. Insert electric card in slot. I'm gonna insert my card in your fucking slot.
Like right now?
Oh, we have a map! We have a map! We have a map!
A depression map.
We have a map! There's a map! Backpack, 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 backpack. Dun 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 bum. Anything that you might need, I've got inside for you. I'm gonna make my face bigger because I feel like that's the appropriate thing to do for this. So, like, we can get top tier reacts. Right? That's what people do, isn't it?
You're so right, baby.
You know, he is kind of hot though. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's wearing glasses, so he looks like my type.
Ugh.
That man's got a book. Is that seat belts? Are those car seat belts? Oh, wait, it's a sign, not a book. My bad. Do you think he was in a car accident? Maybe it was just a guy who, like, suffered a fatal car accident. Maybe not fatal. Like, a severe car accident. And you just fucking let him run off like that? What if he's got brain damage?
What if he doesn't?
17-inch alloy wheels. That seems expensive. We're not putting together a donk tournament, you fucking animals.
You pussy.
You leave that brain-damaged angel alone. Googie, get the fuck out, dude. No, he just really loves cars. He's a car fanboy.
You fucking asshole. Loves cars that much.
Simon's got a blood bag on his arm and an IV. I wonder if he's terminally ill. I mean, that or it's very clear that there was an accident being suffered and, like, this is a mental thing. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I fucking hate that
The
mechanic.
corner-leaning oh, it's
No,
Monster
no, you can
Pokédex?
see it through the fucking wall.
Monster Pokédex.
Nah, it's not in my pay grade. Real as fuck, Wildfell. I mean, that's true. Of course I heard 17 inches and perked up. Are you fucking kidding? There he goes! There he goes, looking for his next Ferrari. To fucking wreck, inevitably. What if you pull up the red screen and the shadow just starts busting down? Shut the fuck up!
Twerking monster. That That'll be made into a video in 2 seconds once this game is modded.
You're right. I've got to create a horrible fucking thing for that prepaid power card. What do you think, John? Do you want a piece of my prepaid power card? I also have 17-inch alloy wheels. I need to know what that guy's sound system is.
Why are
Ray,
we chasing
please.
that man? Oh, he's about to.
Oh shit. Did he just stop?
Does he have an axe in his head? Is that what
No, it's I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a signpost.
okay,
I think
well, he's kicking your fucking ass.
he beat the fuck out of that guy for a second. So like, you know.
I'm impatient. I want to know the story. This is taking too long. Longest story ever.
So is James's.
That's true.
Why are you quit fucking picking on him? That's a lot of industrial piping. I don't like that.
So is the quote-unquote other, like, red here? Or is it just green?
I'm not sure yet. But it is interesting. Timu cousin. Pyramid's head's cousin's rectangle head. I mean, nothing's too big if you try hard enough.
Be a quitter.
Where did this man get a revolver? Buddy, that gun looks like it needs a good cleaning. Alright, so far, we're at about a 12-minute mark, so we're not doing bad, but I can see that they're trying to showcase a lot of things. Oh, good. We love a blacked out map. St. Amelia Medical Center. Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Fair. Okay, so ammunition is going to be limited, I'm guessing. Which means that this has more of the utilizing the sneak mechanics. Interesting. Ah, what's up? How you doing? Oh, a scalpel. Oh. I like the way you open my door. Oh, what? Interesting.
Okay. Is this man a doctor? Like, I'm not even asking to be funny.
I'm not 100% on Simon's backstory.
Simon?
Yeah, if I had a nickel for every time there was
Get out of a submarine?
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Was he currently in perhaps a lung made of iron?
One could say even. I don't like that you can't see it. Like, it's just the corner, and the only way you can see it is through the thing. Okay, so we have distraction mechanics. Are you gonna shut him in the thing? Okay, I do have a small... Oh, what? This is very Siren. This reminds me a lot of Siren. With some of that mechanic right there. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Was Siren being remade? Is that what you said?
No, Siren at one point was remade, several years ago.
What was the other game that was just remade that you haven't played? Fatal Frame.
Fatal Frame.
Okay.
Yeah, radio... So Zahn said Simon was a surgeon, left town to make more money elsewhere.
Okay.
And that's part of the reason, apparently, so yeah. So what's interesting to me, then, clearly there must have been an accident. So the perpetual hell concept is absolutely here, as usual. Code Veronica is... I'm excited for that one, too, I'm not gonna lie. Hello? We do have quite a few repetitive seatbelt monsters. So my assumption then is that he potentially wound up in a car accident and killed somebody. Is that going to draw other monsters to you, though? I can yeah, okay, so that does draw other creatures your direction. Holy shit. Is his chest cavity opening? Wait. I want to see his chest cavity. Hold on. That's probably not the thing to say. Buddy, you're running out of ammunition. So this is the gameplay trailer for Silent Hill Townfall that we're currently watching. I had not yet seen it, and I wanted to kind of get an idea, because there was a handful of people complaining about the game itself, and I'll explain why here in just a second when I go back to Big Face. What? You can't just ask somebody why their punani goes all the way up.
I mean, it's a valid question.
That's not bondage monsters. He was born in 1959, so he fits your age range. That's impolite. True, but impolite. We're not discussing my old man fetish on stream.
Why not?
A silver fox with 17 inches? Could he be more perfect for autumn? Yeah, the red in the fog is definitely interesting, especially because it does legitimately make things significantly harder to see. Utilizing the 9 red squares is also interesting, because, like, that was something that we saw with James in Silent Hill 2, so. Is that why you keep calling me old man? Oh, you didn't know.
What do you mean you didn't know?
I don't think he knew about the old man thing.
What the fuck? You all have been talking for ages. What do you mean you don't know?
I mean, it's not like I've discussed, here's the list of fictional characters I would definitely fuck. Like,
Oh, I felt like that was really easy to figure out.
what? Did you just shut the door on him? That's funny. Oh! Interesting. Ah, so wait, hold on, let me get this straight. So, you lock the door, and they're too stupid to open it, but then also too stupid to bash it open? You could just fucking shut the door on them? This is very Siren, if that's the case. This is interesting. And I'll explain that in a moment as well, because there's definitely some vibes I'm getting from this. You guys know that this being a stealth game is going to be my undoing, right? Been gray since my 16s. I mean, you know, that was working. It's fine. Dad is chiming in, I hear. Yes. Predominantly because Googie keeps saying funny shit. Imagine being too stupid to open a door. Oh, I've walked into enough glass doors. I'm terrible at stealth games. I like to make a scene. I mean, I don't mind going the stealthy route. I sometimes overdo it is my fucking problem, I think. So... And we are almost through this. We're at the ass end of this this playthrough demo, so... Yeah, September 24th. So... Okay, alright. Okay, couple things. Hold on, because I gotta fix my big face syndrome. Give me a second. I gotta zoom out. Zoom out. Great. Okay, so a couple things. Couple thoughts. Couple thoughts. My understanding is that the posts that Ellis saw were correlated to people being pissy about the fact that once again we are met with a Silent Hill game that isn't actually taking place in Silent Hill, quote unquote. And the fact that, like, I guess the argument that they're trying to sit on is, like, it takes away from the element of the game and so on and so forth. What I want to remind everybody, though, and Ellis and I have had this conversation extensively about Silent Hill from the very beginning, because Ellis did not delve into Silent Hill quite like I did, right? Like, Silent Hill was one of my like OG horror games, okay? Next to like Siren and Fatal Frame and like, you know, shit like that. So the history of and if you guys haven't watched the video, I'll actually let me find it really quick. If you haven't watched the video, Matt McMuscles and I actually did a video together ranking Silent Hills. And there was some information that I had forgotten at the time. Hold on, I'll find it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So
well rendered, still visual.
it was actually a really cute and cleverly done video. But Silent Hill, so Matt McMuscles and I did ranking the Silent Hills. And I think one of the biggest things that we talked about is like 1, 2, and 3 came in where it was almost this instance of like, wouldn't it be funny if we took the concept of grief and rage and all of these other horrible things and set them in front of the Americans and said, all right, let's do this. And Silent Hill itself is obviously a town, right? So the concept of a place harboring the animosity and the malice and so on of what happened within it, and basically absorbing these other people who were involved in the direct story makes complete sense, which is where we get Cheryl and Alessa and Harry and fucking James and everybody else, because they all kind of centered around Silent Hill itself. Technically, if you really want to get down to brass tacks, you could include Travis in that as well. And Travis was from Silent Hill Origins, which is Silent Hill Origins is one of my favorites. And Cryptech actually mentioned this too. So Cryptech Chick talked about it. So Silent Hill Origins is a favorite of mine, even though it was not inherently a good game. And I talked about this during the ratings with Matt McMuscles when we went over all the Silent Hill games. It's not a great game. All right, I admit that. I haven't played it for a very long time, and I want to go back and do a replay. And maybe that's something that we could do one of these days, because again, Ellis hasn't really gone through all of them, right? Obviously he sat with us and we played through Silent Hill 2, the remake specifically, but
I did that. And while she was out of town,
he watched the videos on all of them.
Yeah, like the videos
Yeah.
and the cutscenes and the lore explanation. But have I played them? No.
Yeah. So maybe that's something we do, but I bring it up distinctly because Travis specifically for Silent Hill Origin there's a fan theory that he was the OG Pyramid Head, and I understand the argument, because there are people who are going to immediately, a few of you probably, who are going to come back and be like, well, actually, Pyramid Head was James's because James was, like, horny. Shut up. 2 seconds. Yes, but shut up. Because part of the argument and the reason that the fan base comes through, also, we do have an ad break starting in about a minute, so please hold on to your buttholes. Demonic, thank you so much for the resubscription. I appreciate you. So I think with Travis, because Travis's version of Pyramid Head in Origins is the Butcher, right? So there is a questionable event that happens at the end of Origins that kind of caused like the fan theory to come up that he became Alessa's protector. And therefore, Pyramid Head was kind of her protector in a way. Obviously, there's Red Pyramid, and then there's the other concept of the separate Pyramid Head, which is where a lot of that boils down. I could fucking talk about it for days. Okay, but that's not the point. So, with that said, I understand that everybody was kind of getting bitchy and a little bit pissy about the idea that also Demonic, I appreciate you, and it's crazy that it's been that long, man. The idea that Silent Hill was a centered place is valid, because obviously we have 1 through 3 and arguably Origins that predominantly centers on that. Obviously there's the story that comes after that, which is The Room, which again, from an argument standpoint, The Room was never supposed to be part of that run, right? Like, they slapped the Silent Hill name on it and called it a day. We should have a full Silent Hill lore stream one day with just you going through all the lore. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem if there was like If we could find a fucking lore write-up that was, like, true to tax from somebody, I would narrate the lore write-up. I would have no problem doing that. I myself do not have 27 hours to sink into writing a lore write-up, but, you know. So, I think what I am frustrated with is that there's a handful of people that are like, well, this doesn't take place. And much like F, we're getting the argument of location. Since the very beginning, and I explained this to Ellis, I have never believed that Silent Hill itself was just a place. Like, obviously, the title Silent Hill comes from the core element of the game and what started it as a series. But Silent Hill itself is also a concept, right? And mostly what I mean about that is you've got all these people who are like, well, they can't take the name because this. They can't move it away from Silent Hill because this. But it's like, yeah, but if you guys realize that the whole concept of having to basically relive monstrous elements of your life retold in a way that your brain and yeah, Googie said it too. Like I've explained this on stream previously, and I had a rant about it when we played Silent Hill 2, right? Silent Hill is not a place. It is only labeled Silent Hill because that was the title it was provided because of the original location when the games were created, right? Silent Hill itself, though, is not a place. It is a, how do I put this? It is a, I don't want to use the word metaphor, but it is a concept, right? Exactly. And Femputer just said it. It is what you are bringing into it.
Right.
So
I think that's a very good way to put that.
Silent Hill itself is almost like when I say mall world, there's a lot of you guys who are not going to understand what the fuck I'm saying, but
Liminal.
it is the idea of a liminal space or mall world for those of you that understand that reference, or the back rooms, I think maybe is a better reference you guys might get. So it is the idea that the back rooms, quote unquote, this is basically a hell version of the back rooms where you are faced with whatever grief or regret or, you know, egregious sin, quote unquote, that you have released into your life because of decisions that you were made, that you personally have made. And regrets that you made in those decisions, as well as the outcome of those decisions, and having to inherently have the opportunity to make a separate decision or make a change to that decision and ultimately see where things could have gone, right? And we see that happen specifically, and I bring it up again because it's the most recent, with James. Yes, exactly, a person's personal hell. So James, right, that whole fucking thing with him is having to face his shit with Mary, and therefore face it with Maria, because he's coming to, thank you. He's coming to terms with the fact of his loss and his grief, but also what he's done. And so it is quite literally, and yeah, Demonic said it too, it's a dimension. It's not a singular place. Again, Silent Hill is simply a title. The idea of what Silent Hill represents is no different than anyone who has ever created a concept of a personal hell. Almost like fucking Cenobites, right? So Hellraiser is also a series that is built off of the idea of a personal hell. So when any of the hell priests come in, or Pinhead or something else, like, they're presenting you with this pleasure and pain concept, but there is also a personal hell undertone. So with people getting pissy about it and being like, well, it doesn't take place in Silent Hill, so it's like, what? Stop. It doesn't have to. And it didn't have to. Once upon a time ago, when The Room was released, I remember getting pissy because The Room technically doesn't take place in Silent Hill. There are pieces of it that allude to being connected, but technically, if you really want to break it down, that one doesn't have anything to do with Silent Hill, and neither does Homecoming in its own way, right? I think that people are spending far too much time getting pissed off about Townfall or any of the subsequent coming pieces, simply because they want, yeah, I appreciate you, simply because they want to be mad about something and it hasn't even come out yet, right? It's no different from the people who got pissed off about Silent Hill F and the release therein. Because originally when I watched the pieces for the Silent Hill transmission that came out, I was one of those people who were really fucking skeptical about Silent Hill F because I watched it and I was like, I don't know about that. But then the idea of it taking place in such an aged version of Japan and going through, you know, what was inherently a fucking insane level of like misogyny and abuse and just crazy shit over Hinako was nuts. And it was a good game. But I still separate it again, and I said this when I played Silent Hill F. I do separate it from the original series into what it became. Much like how Townfall coming up is going to have to be the same. Townfall is going to be one of those games, I feel like, that is inherently going to have to be separated from what we know and remember Silent Hill as TM the title to be into what it's becoming. Because again, Townfall obviously does not have that direct connection to Silent Hill the place. It is Silent Hill the concept, TM, or Silent Hill the Hell Dimension, TM.
I have a concept of a Silent Hill.
I have a concept of a Silent Hill. It's also a thing in fandom where they treat creative works as inelastic and unchanging, therefore different interpretations are not allowed. Not only not allowed, but discouraged. Yeah, well, so, alright, Devil May Cry. I do believe that there is a distinct and reasonable perception of something being taken from a core fandom that has its elements and its pieces as a core of what it is and what it represents, right? Like it has a set storyline, it has set direction, it knows where it's going. Okay? These games are separate to Silent Hill. They are their own collection of storytelling within what it is, right? Devil May Cry. When Ninja Theory took Devil May Cry and turned it into DMC and made El Dante, then that was a separate retelling of an original story. They didn't call it a like fucking, oh, well, I'm a big fan and I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put my dick in it because I can make it better, or whatever the fuck it is that What's His Nuts said. Specifically, though, DMC as a separate entity and the storytelling it wasn't terrible, but it was not at any point in a position to say, I still am an original piece and I'm telling the story as part of the original story, right? It was separate. And they never claimed it. It was a retelling. Devil May Cry, the Netflix series, on the other hand, was claimed to be like a love story to the original content because he was such a big fan and all this bullshit. And then you took the story and instead of saying this is a reimagining, you bastardized it and then tried to sell it back to the fandom and repackage it as something that it never was for multiple reasons. That was bastardizing the concept, in my opinion. I have very strong feelings about it, and so do Ellis, which is why I will not touch the anime with a 10-foot fucking pole, and there is literally, gun to my head, nothing you could make me say or do to want to watch it. I won't. I simply won't. And if you enjoyed it, good for you. Don't claim something is, like, core to this or core to that or something and take key storyline pieces that were important to the series and then manipulate them for your own gain. I don't agree with that. They did not claim this was a retelling when they did it to Devil May Cry, right? Devil May Cry had pre-established shit to it. Silent Hill, on the other hand, had its original story pieces mixed in and intermingled, one could argue, between 1, 2, and 3, right? 1 and 3 are tie-ins, 2's its separate story, but they all pretty much take place in the same pieces, in the same places, right? Even Origins. But if you think about the Shepherd's story, and you think about, I know Alex was Homecoming, it was Alex Shepard, I think, but I can't remember his fucking name. Oh my god. Anyway, the room and some of the rest of the things were still separate, but they were manifestations, right? Like the concept of this hell place where you're facing regrets, retribution, and like basically your personal demons coming for you only took the title of Silent Hill. They were still contained stories within themselves that kept the core of what Silent Hill is as a concept, again, TM, for being a like I have to face this personal demon. I have to deal with this thing I'm regretting, or I murdered so and so and that's something I have to deal with, or I'm coming home for this, right? And so on and so forth. So I think that's really important. And Lungs just said it too. There's a concept in some fiction where hell exists as an energy, but is made manifest by its proximity to physical reality, such as a living person ending up there. And that's actually a great way to kind of put it into. Yo, what's up? Biohazard, thank you so much. I appreciate the raid. Welcome in, guys. We are discussing Silent Hill lore and the reason that people should maybe reconsider being pissed off about it. Oh my god!
It was 3/4 asleep, so I'm gonna put it to bed. But
Are you going to bed?
yeah.
Are you going to bed?
You
Were
want-
you depression napping?
Yes. Do you want me to finish the?
Oh
The
my
rice
god.
is done. So do you want me to finish the salad?
Yeah, please, if you don't
Okay,
mind.
okay.
It wasn't a salad, but...
Well.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll finish it. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Yo, yes, we were Dorito Dad. You right as hell. You right as hell, Dorito Daddy. But yeah, so I think that the idea of people being pissed off about the fact that it doesn't do that and doesn't fall in line with the other games. Like, guys, this is not new news. We've been doing this, and the fact that you're mad that once again this game does not take place in the place of Silent Hill just kind of shows that you're missing the overarching concept of what Silent Hill is supposed to be in terms of someone's personal hell or personal regret or personal grief or whatever, right? So I don't know. That's the hill I'm gonna die on. I just think it's really stifling that you would want to maintain it in a centralized location when it inherently is still, its own dimension, like what Demonic said. It is our own story. Yeah, exactly. Do you and Ellis wear wedding rings or wedding bands? Yes, we do. That's mine. Also, my hands are not actually dirty, they're just stained. So yeah, exactly. Well, and again, I also think there's a mind sickness with all the extended universes and desire for continuity that just really stifles the ability to connect things. I think that's great too. And I mean, you're not wrong, right? So also, let me give you a shout out, by the way, Biohazard, because I appreciate you very much. Give me 2 seconds because I have to like literally type out your name. There we go. All right. If you guys have not checked out Biohazard, you definitely should. They are great. Oh, dear. Why? No, give shout out. Oh, you bastard. You absolute whore. You righteous fucking bitch.
What the fuck? Who are you?
I got it. Shout out. Okay. Sorry about that.
Real quick, sorry.
Yeah.
How much of this do you want in yours? Because I'm gonna put it in yours.
Oh, just do half then. Because it's meant to go in the full pot, so it's not very spicy, but that's your call.
Maybe I'll like.
Also, we don't use mayonnaise. You know that already, right? You cut
Yeah.
that? Okay.
I'm not mad hungry, so maybe I'll scoop out mine and then put this in the rest.
It does not spin. I appreciate you. Oh, yeah. So, so Biohazard, I think it's still up. Hold on. Fuck. Oh, God. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can find the TikTok. So Biohazard has a story with me from Too Many Games 2025. And I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's one of my favorite things ever. Yeah, it's the Huntress one. Here. I gotta see if I can find it. Oh, it's pinned! Look at you. You're on it. So, listen. Biohazard was real for this. So, Biohazard comes up to me during Too Many Games and is like, hey, can you choke me? And I was like, you know what? You right. Also, cute as hell, so like, fair enough. I did ask consent. I was very polite about it. Also, they were very amazing about it, so like can't get mad. They were super cute actually about it. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I absolutely did. I wanted them to feel safe. Since they asked, is that consent? So my rule of thumb is I will sometimes get people that will ask me to like step on them or choke them or do stuff like that. And I don't mind in most cases, but I do like to ensure that I have a very serious conversation, because even if you came to me and asked me and you were just like, hey, would you be comfortable or would you be okay? My job as someone, especially that, you know, obviously has like a position or a view in the BDSM community and the kink community as a whole, like I like to ensure that that consent is not only heard, understood, and basically acknowledged verbally, but there is also a conversation of like, hey, since this is what you asked, here's where I'm at, and is it okay if XYZ? Are you sure about this? Is this going to be okay? Is this hand position okay? Like, you know, I like to make sure that whoever asked me to do those things is in full understanding of what they have requested and also knows like the potential risk if there is a problem or whatever. You know, there's a lot to it. Like yeah, especially the step on me people, like I really like to make sure like, okay, are you sure? Do you have any back problems? Are there any injuries I need to know about? Because that shit is really fucking important to me. But Biohazard was fucking cool, like absolutely amazing person, and super stoked that they ponied up and were like, yeah, I'm gonna ask, I'm gonna do it. You did. They did toss the cane to the side, which was fucking hilarious in its own right. Like, so ready to go. Just so ready. I loved it. But yeah, that is the reason that I like to do that, just for safety. But yeah, anyway, the do you have back injuries or anything? If I did, I wouldn't be asking. That's not true. I did have a guy who came up during Creators After Dark one time who asked me to do it. He wanted me to put my boot on him, but he came up to me with injury and I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, I'll be fine. He was mostly fine afterwards. How's surgery been going? Yeah, yes, I did. I had my implants removed, and honestly, I would absolutely like I'm good. I am 100% healed and back to everything. Slowly trying to build my chest shelf as we go. I got to get them big Chris Redfield Barra biddies. But I'm doing well, and I'm glad I did it. The comfort has been a lot better. I still am sometimes getting tinglies, but that's mostly related to sodium and alcohol intake. But in terms of general like discomfort and like my neck position and a few other things through my stenosis and my spine, it's been so much better. Like I'm really fucking glad I did it. I think a lot of the argument and the issue has been like, why did you do a full mastectomy and not keep some of the tissue? And I don't think people understand that like my dysmorphia like in general was a problem, and if I had taken out my implants, not had them, and then just kind of had like what was in basically just flesh sacks, even with a mastiopexy or a lift, it would have been a thing that I think made me really upset visually. Like I know that I would not have liked it, and I know that it would have been something that over time would have eventually bothered me, and I was not going to put myself in a position of risk to want to put new ones in, even if they were smaller, especially knowing that there was a potential that they could still cause problems. So I did what was necessary for me, and I know that there's a lot of people who like don't like it and don't agree and are like, well, but you didn't have to take it all away. Like, yeah, maybe for you to jerk off to or whatever, but I did for me. So how do the pecs feel working out? Good. I can still like, you can't really see it right now, but like I can still flex my pecs. Like the muscles there. You'll see my arms going up and down. It's not actually my arms. Oh, there we go. You can kind of see it. But there's just not a lot there. We'll get there. It's fine. You right, Trail Features. They can get the implants if they want something to look at. We were just talking about Silent Hill. That's all. So you guys are welcome in. We were talking about Silent Hill being a concept and an idea and not solely a place. And why, like, Silent Hill itself just needs to be left as like a memory of this is just the series and not simply because the place. It's just like almost like the Avengers Doomsday, the Avengers Apocalypse, the Avengers everyone dies, and then it's just Deadpool. Yeah, it has been, Valkian, but I guess people are still coming up about it and bitching because Townfall, we just finished watching the gameplay trailer for Townfall. Silent Hill, even more silent. Silent Hill, the silentest. But we were discussing that. Thank you, I appreciate that. So, but yeah, that's mostly it. Silent Hill, the mute town. Silent Hill, radio. The drops. You know what I wouldn't mind? Could you imagine a Stanley Parable version of Silent Hill? I feel like that would go hard, is all I'm saying. Silent Hill, the Chris Hansen edition. I'd play that so fucking fast. Silent Hill, it's a little loud this time. Silent Hill, it's very loud on an empty plane right at sea level. Ah! Stop. You guys are nuts. Well, yeah, okay. Twin Peaks in season 3 did eventually have to have other places beside like Twin Peak itself. But that's exactly what I mean, is it's taking the idea of a location and centralizing it. Silent Hill with an awkward fart. That, I feel like Silent Hill with an awkward fart would actually go hard as a fan game. We're it's a missed opportunity. Hey, JP, thank you. Doing a crossover with, oh, stop. It's all downhill from here. Get Silent Plateau. Silent Hill, we remove the hill to decrease the chances of the hill accidentally making sound. Get out. No love for kickers. No, nobody said anything about that. You just haven't said anything worth talking about. You asked about a cop, and that's it. And that had nothing to do with the current situation or discussion. So why would I talk to you? You're welcome to bring up part of the conversation, but that was irrelevant to what we were talking about. Have you seen this stuff? I have not, no. Yes, the abbreviation is SH. Silent Hill, weird hill to die on, but at least you're dead. Silent Hill, it's actually the opposite of a hill and is in Mariana's Trench. I feel like a Silent Hill game that took place inside of the sea or in a boat or in a submarine would absolutely go nuts and would not be... Maybe that's my thing about the ocean, though. I feel like that would get all the thalassophobia people. Silent Hill, the crippling depression. That's just Silent Hill in general. Silent Hill on a cruise ship is literally almost Ghost Ship. That's it. That's fair. Silent Hill in the Badlands would be awesome. I feel like that would be... Silent Hill at 30,000 feet. That's just the fucking, the Twilight Zone episode with, William Shatner. Silent Hill, but with aliens. Silent Hill taking place at the Overlook, I feel like would be a weird crossover. Especially because predominantly the Overlook Hotel was mostly like its own personal ghosts. It actually, I don't know if it would have a lot, if it would have a lot to do. I don't know. I don't know how that would work, to be honest. It kind of does. It is kind of a Bluebird team. More Supermassive, because I feel like that would go in the same lines of, fuck, which one was that? The fucking... Oh my god! The one that came after Man of Medan. I can't remember now. It's just us going to therapy like we probably should, preventing Silent Hill in the first place. No. That was Silent Hill Shattered Memories. Silent Hill Shattered Memories was we're going to therapy about this, and then it just went all over the place. The Overlook was like ghosts actively trying to fuck with people who they could get. Personal demons just help. True. I definitely read that as Overlook was ghosts actively trying to fuck people, and I was like, that doesn't seem. I mean, one of them, but like, I had to think that through a little bit. Yeah, not the quarry. The one that was literally about vampire aliens, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Shit, what was it? It was. That's gonna bother me. Brain pan, not brain panning. Too much shoveling. Dug too deep. Fuck! I don't know. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Or re-revelations. I mean, are we surprised? I'm gonna look now, because that's gonna bother me. Yes! House of Ashes! House of Ashes! Thank you, Femputer and Radiozond. Yes, House of Ashes. Vampire aliens. Am I wrong? House of Ashes was literally just vampire aliens. Do you think they are going to go with a fae theme for the new one, given the location? Oh, do you mean like the what is it, Scotland or whatever? I don't know. I mean, no, I don't think that there's going to be really thematics for Townfall. I don't. Silent Hill monsters themselves have been more correlated to the psychological position of the character and like what the character went through, which is why, like, obviously going into this, we know a handful of things about Simon, right? So Simon, per their setup, it's going to Saint Amelia to put things right. But the thing is they don't really talk about it. So for Silent Hill Townfall, Simon Ordell is called back to the island of Saint Amelia to put things right, encountering a town lying quiet beneath a heavy fog, seemingly abandoned but not at rest. Venturing deeper and driven to understand his connection to the place and its inhabitants, Simon begins to discover fragments of a past rising to the surface. Experienced entirely in first person, Simon must explore, evade, and survive using a limited set of weapons and tools, including the CRTV, a pocket television used to tune into unstable signals. Evasion is tense, combat is frenetic, while narrative-driven puzzles reveal a truth that refuses to stay submerged. Silent Hill Townfall is a full-length, self-contained psychological horror set against the cold, isolated backdrop of Scotland in 1996. So I would say, I think, because this is another one with multiple endings. So obviously there's going to be elements that have to do with the things that you engage with, right? In correlation to it. I don't think that leggy bitches so much. Yeah, I agree. Well, and all of the Silent Hill monsters have kind of had their own foray and their own points, right? So I think it would be interesting. The nurses don't bother me as much as the leggy bitches, dude. The mannequins can fucking. I hate the mannequins. I hate them. I hate those bitches. One of the very first enemies that we see in Silent Hill Townfall that Simon comes across is like almost like the spitters, like, but in this case they're not flesh bound, they're bound by seatbelts. So, and not to mention, but like there's obviously a signpost through their head. So it seems to me that that's something that correlates to a car accident. But then you get into the other secondary enemy that you see that is like gutted from fucking bottom to top through the head. So then my question becomes, is it a grief thing of like, these are the people that you couldn't save? Or is it something more so of like, you know, that like you yourself were involved in a car accident, hence why you're strapped up with the medical stuff? Because Simon, and this isn't a spoiler, like it's in the thing, Simon does have an IV drip. So it would be interesting to kind of see how it was. Yeah, exactly. Like, was it a car accident instance? Like, what is the driving force here? Which again delves back into this not being about Silent Hill TM the town, but more so about the character's psychological state and what it was they went through to be called into this dimension TM, and how it's supposed to go for him. Gutted from pooter to snooter. Yeah, that's yes. Pika, thank you for the follow. So, yeah, anyway, that's my tangent. I went on for, I don't know, 45 minutes. But I just think that it is integral for people to remember that since, and exactly what Valkian said too, like, we've done been this shit. This has been since past the third game. This isn't new news. The room was its own shit show. But I think that shitting on Townfall ahead of time when we don't even know going into it if we're going to see, I don't know. I guess F was not, in my opinion, a true to core Silent Hill game, not because of Silent Hill itself, but because of the gameplay, right? And I talked about this when I played through Silent Hill F, and I think my frustration with Silent Hill F was it felt more like a beat 'em up Devil May Cry game where there were just enemy waves multiple times. And it really did come off more so like the terror and the fear and the anxiety kind of went away at about the like halfway mark or so, because we almost got nothing but a beat 'em up multiple times, and it was literally just how many enemy waves can you handle in multitudes. Which again, on one hand, it was fun, it was different, but I think that's the only thing for me personally that felt like it kind of took away from the core element of what a Silent Hill game is. Silent Hill Townfall, though, does make me wonder if we're kind of gearing back towards that, because we are kind of back to the, yeah, exactly. Once you got the arm, like it changed, like the whole concept changed. The last one went hard with the yokai themes, and think of the real miss about Faye being very mind-bendy. I could be wrong. Well, no, and I mean it's very possible. Exactly like you said. Like they really did go in, go in hard with that. Yeah, I mean it's very possible, the sign pointing different directions. I don't think that that's just one piece. I think it is either a car accident concept to launch in, or maybe it's even simpler and these are literally victims he couldn't save. And like that's where some of it happened. Or there was like a mass pileup or something that was caused and like he was a part of it. And so it was like he had this idea of having left and so on. Omadon, no. It has not arrived. And you are good. I have also lost track of time. So those are singularly made, and I think I talked about this, but I haven't gotten an update, so I will see what I can do about either messaging them or potentially, at this rate, depending on what they tell me, getting a refund, but I will let you know for sure. Time is a flat circle. That is true. Well, no, that's why we talked about it, is like, is he a surgeon? Because cutting into the flesh wall to open the door was kind of an interesting concept. I'm not gonna lie about that. I appreciate that, Omadon. Me too, because I would really like it. But considering the screen burn only done narrative games like Stories Untold is quite a bold step for them, but they seem to know how to handle the IP for the game later. I agree. So actually, going into that, so screen burn has no other games listed on Steam specifically outside of this. So yeah, I mean, I would say to a certain degree they do, much like how Bloober understood the assignment, right? I just think it's shitty to jump to conclusions on it before ahead of time. They were called no code. Interesting. Let's see if we can find it. No code. Oh, I guess. Yeah. I'll look for it later. Anyway, regardless, I think having the benefit of having done narrative games is to their benefit. Oh, observation. That's okay. So they have the benefit of having the narrative drive, which is a good thing. That means that they understand from a storytelling perspective, at least, that is to their benefit, right? I think I would be interested to see if I just don't want to see what happened with Silent Hill F happen to this one, where it takes away the fear element. Because, like, again, Silent Hill F was still a good game. I'm not saying that at all. I did like it, but I did not see it as its own. Like, again, the fear just kind of went away. Like, you get the fox arm, and then everything turns into hack and slash. Like, I literally felt like I was playing fucking Devil May Cry, or really anything else that's a hack and slash. This game legitimately seems, based upon the gameplay, that we are gonna have moments of, like, fear and concern. Have a good one. Take care of yourself. Signalis. Yeah, I don't think I've played Signalis yet. Observation was one I was told multiple times to play, and I don't think I ever got around to playing Observation. But that was on the list for sure. So anyway, I think that's my hill to die on. Signalis is isometric Silent Hill with Evangelion vibes. Oh. I remember Signalis now. That's right. It was very yeah, that's right. I remember the cutscenes and shit for this game. Because it was really, really interesting that it was like the way that it was textural, like the textural vibes was very like PS2, but also like not more fluid. Whenever I hear narrative-focused studio making a horror game, I think of the Chinese Room and Amnesia and get a tad nervous. I mean, to be fair, though, Amnesia also was not necessarily terrible. Was F the first Silent Hill game that gave a supernatural form to the main character? Technically, yes. Technically, yes. I mean, in the form that it was utilized, especially, I would say yes. And Townfall distinctly reminds me of Siren in a first-person perspective, because of the approach to the enemies and the fact that these enemies are doing things like pace-wise, which the door thing is weird to me. These are monsters, but they can't open doors, but then they don't think to charge through the door if they saw you. So you just lock the door and then you're fine. Yeah, because it was fucking Dark Souls-esque. It was stupid. So if you guys here, let me do this. Do most of you remember Siren? Like PS2 Siren? At all? Because there was a remake of Siren when it came back. Okay, so I'm going to show you the OG trailer for Siren. Really quick. Just so you get the vibe. Mind you, oh, did I clip? Wow, I'm fucking on it today. Mad that I did that, but that's fine. Okay, hold on. I'll find it. Yeah, so Siren Blood Curse is what came after. Also, aka Forbidden Siren. But this is from 10 years ago. Mind you. Alright, so let me do this really quick. So, for perspective. Yeah, it's nuts. Yo, thank you so much, Mickey. So, Siren is also, has a multi-perspective piece. Oh, thank you. Oh, did you... Oh.
They won't cool down enough for me to take them out of the thing.
Oh, here, I got you. I'll just do it and then mix it in.
That was my plan. Yours. I'm just saying it's really hot. I know.
Oh, okay. So let me just do it really quick then.
What are we doing?
So I'm showing them the Siren gameplay video
Oh, okay.
really quick, just for perspective. So this is the actual gameplay from Siren. I'll show you the trailer in just a second. I'm saying the gameplay trailer was from
Oh yeah,
2
we
years
talked
ago.
about this being just like Silent Hill F.
Well,
And in a lot of, it's not all obviously, but like.
no, I just mentioned. I need to. Oh, wow.
What do you
Bring me that trash can, please. Oh, never mind. It's holding the door open.
It's fine. That's what
Yeah, sight jacking, exactly. See, Valkian's always on the fucking ball, though. So yeah, I'm gonna show you a little bit. Versus, this is the trailer, for example. It is creepy as fuck. So, that is Siren, which that trailer tells you fucking nothing. But I'm gonna level. Siren had some fucking horrifying shit. And yeah, so Valkian's completely is right. So that did come from one of the Team Silent Hill members specifically, which is also why, again, there's like really horrifying shit going on. So the interesting mechanic for Siren was that the characters themselves, like the townsfolk, the enemies, are acting and doing things that they were doing in their real life, right? So like you run up on that gardener, the old lady. When you run across that character, she's gardening and she's singing, and it's very fucking unnerving. Like insane levels of fucking unnerving. So like you hear them talking and like chittering, but they're not having real conversations. It's like mindless like noise, and it is so fucking horrifying. I'm not gonna lie. But I will say that from a horror concept, the game had so much value. But you do run through different characters, and so they're going through their own scenarios as you're working through the game in Siren. Siren Blood Curse, which is what followed after the fact, they did do like a quote unquote remake, almost kind of, where things were upgraded and so on. Silent Hill lore and salad making. So it's actually crunchy tuna. It is a crunchy tuna salad, quote unquote, with edamame. So yeah, Siren though, honestly, I implore you that if you guys have not touched Siren or not considered it, I would give it a playthrough if you like horror games. Because there are definitely elements and moments, especially, so there's a concept called sight jacking that Valkian, for example, just mentioned. Sight jacking is quite literally exactly what it sounds like, where you had the ability to like go into your mind and there would be blackout spots, but you could scroll through, not unlike the radio signal in Townfall, but you could scroll through the like sights and basically see through the eyes of the monster of like in the area, and it was fucking unnerving. Like you would hear them talking and gibbering and shit, or like the gardener, for example, she would just be sitting there like going into the dirt and like digging and stuff like that. Overall though, it was good. So I think though, with the elements of Townfall specifically, I'm noticing a little bit of a crossover where it occurs to me that the monsters are still patrolling and doing things, but it made me laugh not seeing them be able to open a door. Because like any other fuck ass monster in Silent Hill would have been like, fuck your door, and like come right through it. Like at no point do you ever see Pyramid Head being like, oh, door's locked. I'm sorry. My apologies. I'm so sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. And like fucking off. Like, no, this triangle headed fuck comes barreling through the door. Like, no questions asked if he wants to. Look, if he's got a hole to put his dick in, he's coming through the door. but that's exactly what it feels like. So having the idea that, like, fucking Simon slams the door shut on this enemy who very clearly knows he's behind the door and then fucking locks it, and I'm like, oh, sure, I guess if that works, whatever, Simon. Okay, you know what you're doing. No big deal. They're all vampires. They just assume the rooms are his, so they just need to ask first. Like, yeah. I don't know. Hey, Karma, how are you? But again, not a bad thing. I just thought it was fucking hilarious, because that's literally the only thing I kept thinking is like, oh shit. But then I was like, well, what if they think they're in their day-to-day lives, and that's the thing that, like, sets them off, because they just reset. But it also is interesting, and I wonder if it has to do with brain damage, right? So, like, and stay with me for a second. They have the object permanence of a baby. Literally what I was getting to is, like, maybe it's a brain damage thing, and, like, they literally forget and reset themselves because, like, what happens when you have severe brain damage, right? Like, maybe it's a, you know, a concept of them having like a goldfish memory, where they're like, oh, if they don't see you, they don't know where you're. Yeah, it's like fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex. It can't, if it doesn't see me, it can't hurt me. Some of the creepiest bits of System Shock 2 in the remake is the enemy mutated crew still trying to be or do normal things. Well, so that's what's interesting. You know what I've noticed about horror, right? Especially in the last couple years. Specifically and predominantly with a lot of independent and indie horror. What does the pick a game for me or for 15k Tiggle Bitty Bits do? It means that you pick a game that we play. That's what that means. Yeah, so, with that said, I think that, oh no, that threw me off, Ender. Oh, yeah, so I think what's interesting with that is the idea of these independent devs utilizing monotonous bullshit, right? So, like, our day-to-day lives. So, the convenience store or shift at midnight. The monotony of standard normal fuck ass life shit that we're doing, where we almost forget that there is an underlying horror element. And a lot of indie devs have capitalized that on the last couple of years to use that, right? Oh, thanks, Daniel. I appreciate that. Yes, exactly. So it's the concept of utilizing that type of normalcy. And when you get into a situation where that normalcy starts to kind of fade because you get slapped with something supernatural or horrifying. No, you're fine, Ender, it's fine. I was like, oh shit. But you get slapped with something horrifying, and then all of a sudden it's like the monotony was simply there to break things up between scares. I think that we really kind of have lost the sauce a little bit with utilizing that too much and not focusing on the idea of something monstrous literally living and, like, imitating normal life. So again, going back to Siren, right? Like, for me personally, the horrifying aspect of Siren was the idea that these things that have basically, they're dead, right? These are dead people, have continued to go about, much like zombies, have continued to attempt to go about their normal day-to-day lives, like as if nothing ever happened. So it's the breakdown of a monotonous system being seen as normal and still monotonous. But then the innate terror that comes with the fact of, like, these monsters or these horrifying things, you know, attempting to do that before realizing that they're not within their own headspace. So I would almost argue that I would be interested to see a game type where you are faced with the humanness of something that doesn't even realize that it's dead or dying or mutated, because it's still trying to do normal people shit because that part of its brain's not dead. So then you're trying to deal with, like, how do I deal with this? Like, how do I deal with the thing that is inherently human in its own space, but not realizing that it's dead, you know? They do touch a bit on that on RE9. You are correct. I do think there's a reason that they're doing that too, Radio, and I think I talked about it when we played RE9. I do think that going into the next game and also into the subsequent DLC that they're planning, I think that's going to be a piece. They never really get to the level that Siren did. I agree. I think we even kind of see it in a little bit of Fatal Frame. I think there's moments even in Fatal Frame where we kind of get pieces of that. But again, this is a situation where the idea itself comes from what it was and so on. Yeah, you know what's interesting? So the Resident Evil film, if you guys haven't watched the trailer for Zach Krieger's Resident Evil, it's actually kind of interesting. It's almost like, to me, it's like a side story told within the Resident Evil world of like this poor fucking delivery dude who's just like, man, I was just trying to do my fucking job, bro. I don't know. It's why I think liminal spaces have gotten so big. The idea of something in transition or emptying ending resonates with a lot of millennial and Gen Z. I agree. Yeah, okay, so thank you. 2 specifically. Right, reliving their deaths. So they were doing something monotonous before that happened. Chilla's art, I think, also touched on it in the one where you took the pictures. A little bit. But, yeah, I mean, Femputer's not incorrect. Like, the liminal spaces are a huge thing. Not to mention, can we talk about the fact that nobody has bothered to make a film or a game series based around the GATE program? And Mall World and all that other shit? Like, you guys want to talk about fucking the back rooms and shit like that, when the reality is, like, it was, a lot of those concepts were born out of fucking Mall World and the GATE program and all that other shit, and, like, the weird, like, pseudoscience and questionable supernatural shit that follows the aluminum hat, tinfoil hat wearing bullshit behind the GATE program. Like, where the fuck is that? I feel like we missed our mark here. But anyway, like I said, I think that's a big piece of it. I think it'd be interesting to see a horror game where the enemies have a bit of the schedule Bethesda gives in an NPC. They walk around, do the jobs in stores. So that's exactly it, is like, that is not dissimilar to what Siren kind of touched on a little bit. Siren, that's why the site jacking came in handy, right? Is that was the concept, is a lot of like the mailman, right? So there was also a police officer and a mailman, but they would go about and like go down their route as if they were delivering like normal. And so you would have to wait it out a lot of the time for them to come back around to the start of their route before you could get around them. So I would love to see that kind of make a comeback in an indie horror piece. Mostly because, again, like, it's just such a, maybe that's me. I just think it's fucking horrifying. Wouldn't The Cell be considered that? The main character is trained in dream work. So, we had that discussion because The Cell is one of my favorite films, like, ever. And I want to be clear, because some of you are going to think I'm talking about, like, anyway, not the one based off the Stephen King novel. Like, J-Lo, right? J-Lo, Vincent D'Onofrio, fucking, Vince Vaughn, okay? Like, weird role for Vince Vaughn. I don't think he ever did horror after that either. Like, ever again. I think he just stuck to comedy. But The Cell is one of my favorite films fucking ever. And so, to a certain degree, I believe Ellis and I had this conversation too. Ellis! Your food's ready. Raw, thank you for the follow. Also hilarious fucking name. And thank you, I will fix my posture.
Yes,
That's clear. The food's ready to go. So,
Yeah, I know. That's yours.
this whole thing?
I mean, it's the rest of it, yeah.
What do you mean it's the rest of it? How much did you make, bitch?
That's everything.
Did you make the one that was meant for four people? You didn't check the size, did you?
Nope.
You just made it.
Yep. So we have leftovers. It's fine. It'll keep.
Well, no, I mean the leftovers is good because that's what I planned.
Yeah, I already had some. That's
Oh
what I'm saying.
shit. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just
eat what you eat, and then I'll.
fuck it.
put
We
the
ball, I
rest back in the thing.
suppose.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. That's why I like looked at it and I was like, "Fuck, this is a lot of food, bro. What do you
No, I
mean?"
wasn't thinking. You just sent the rest.
No, it's okay. I got it.
Like you had enough to make it.
So, no, Ellis is so me. I don't look at portion sizes. Googie. Thanks, man.
I do not.
Please don't do that to each other. That's not helpful. He was in the Psycho remake? Really? Huh. Huh. Interesting. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch that again. Son of a bitch! So he did Psycho, really? Interesting. In 1998. Fascinating. Yeah, because Vigo was Sam Loomis. That's so interesting. So that would have been... Hold on. I know that, like, this is so fucking off topic, but hold on a minute, because I want to look at that. So Vince Vaughn had... No, go away, ad. Fuck you. So that was 1990... Why are they not on here? What? Hold up. Archive footage, maybe? Not archive footage. Why is that not on his IMDb? That's weird. Oh, there we go. Okay. I guess apparently he was on Maury at one point. I didn't know that. Yeah, 1998, Psycho. And then... I don't really count Pauly Shore as dead. Wow, that's really interesting. Huh, I feel like I learned something. Mr. Creepy Peepee! No, that's you. Aries, thank you for the follow. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting casting choice. You know, whatever. Listen, feet pick chat. Calm down, Spike. Also, we have to have a negotiation here. But yeah, I think with the cell specifically, bringing that up, I guess it wouldn't be too far from it, because again, Ellis and I discussed the concept of what the cell represented, especially with going into the dream world and basically everybody having their own thing, which this is not a new concept, okay? So like Lisey's Story is one of my favorite books by Stephen King. It's just one of my favorite novels in general, next to Horns. So you can tell a lot about a person based on what they can clearly state their favorite novel is, and I believe that. But Lisey's Story, specifically, I bring up for this conversation because the idea of the pool we all go to, the pool we all go down to drink from, right? So in Lisey's Story, where Scott goes and where Lisey inevitably goes to kind of go into this other world focuses on the idea that no two of those worlds look the same, because they are your own personal world. And we also see this in Dreamcatcher, right? So in Stephen King's Dreamcatcher, we see what happens when Jonesy goes into his mental warehouse, right, to go and organize everything and shit. And he talks about it too. But that's the reason that Mr. Grey can't get to him, is because he's fortified the important memories that would have correlated to him being taken over fully, which is where all that comes from. So, the idea of a mental palace or a mental mind place or a mental warehouse and shit like that, like, that's not an unheard of idea and transcends a lot of cultures and a lot of concepts and like psychology bases. So it's interesting because the cell obviously focuses on aspect of that, but when it comes to like the idea of the gate program in a horror setting as something that is like tinfoil hat status, I just think it would be really fucking interesting to draw that line back under, especially because we have the idea of, you know, these mental places, much like full circle Silent Hill being a mental mind place for the person and not a fucking soul location. I stayed on topic. Sort of. I was medicated. How did Spike get the nickname Mr. Pee-Pee Pastor? Because yeah, I don't know why I said your name, my bad. It's a very long story. The long story made incredibly short is Spike likes to ask people, you're my friend, or like, we're friends, right? And then inherently, you know, talk about being pissed on. because of a jellyfish sting. So, we just, like, shorten his name to various things. Like, sometimes he's Mr. Pee-Pee Pastor. Sometimes he is Creepy Pee-Pee. Sometimes he is, Mr. Spooky Spaghetti. So, yeah. But Silent Hill is just in an apartment. I'm gonna fucking strangle you. He deep throats jellyfish and asks if you'll piss in his mouth.
I mean,
That's
that's not totally incorrect.
There's gonna be a terrible rumor mill that starts on because of Spike, and like his entire comment section on YouTube from this point forward under Mr. Creepypasta is just gonna be
Good.
filled with egregious like gifs of jellyfish.
Good.
I like Creepy Pee-Pee. Most people do. Most people do like Creepy Pee-Pee.
Yeah, we're in spooky season. It's fine.
He did start it. It is his fault. I'm gonna go with Ray on that one.
What?
That it's Spike's fault. Spike started this bullshit. That's on
Yeah,
him.
he started it by saying all of that. I called him Mr. Pee-Pee Pastor, I think, the first time.
Yes.
Just slinging around
Slinging around variations of the name. Yeah. He did. It's true. I think the thing to remember though, with a lot of centralized horror and what's happening, is much like we saw with Townfall. I'm so lost in the conversation I walked into and I don't want to be found. Welcome. That makes me recall the boat pissing story you told. That's why I was mad that he wasn't here for the boat piss story. That shit right there is why I was mad that he was not here. Because it had Spike written all fucking over it. We were missing Spike for the boat piss story. Like, I told that boat piss story knowing full fucking well. I'm sad. It's fine. To the point where I'm now going to make him narrate it. He can narrate it himself. There we go. He doesn't get that. Doesn't get that luxury from me. But, yeah, no, I would be really excited to kind of see more monotony, like the concept of monotony being turned horrific. But that's also just something that I personally like in terms of gameplay as a whole. You doing monotonous things and then being... Here's where I draw the line, though. I will say this. I like the idea of you yourself doing monotonous actions in a game to, like, kind of break up the scares and, like, give you something else to focus on until a jump scare happens. But I do think that there have been a couple of games in the past that we have all played together and we've run into that have done it too much. The scares, like, kind of washed out almost because we were too busy getting mad about, like, the monotonous thing. Because it was just too much of the monotony, you know? So can there be such a thing as too much monotonous action? Yes, I think that took away from the storyline a couple of times. But at the same time, you know, I do think that there is a very fine line between it. And I think shifting the idea of that monotony onto your creatures could definitely be fun. Silent Hill TurboTax Edition. Damn. The real fear was in the tax breaks that we had along the way.
That's a little too real.
Or the
We
lack
need you
thereof.
guys to settle it down and tag your triggers.
We do have an ad break starting in about 45 seconds, guys. Don't go anywhere. We're just bullshitting today. It is strictly and predominantly just an AMA, so we're just hanging out. I'm gonna take a couple bites of my food because I'm fucking starving. But yeah. Don't go anywhere. Oh, also, you can find all of my stuff, photosets, audios, videos, and more at autumnivyofficial.com. I just released a lot of new cool shit. I gotta release an audio tomorrow. I'm late. But it's fine. I'll be here. But you can find that there, and you can find merch at autumniv.com as well. Great. Damn, that rice is crunchy, though.
Is it too crunchy?
That's like stick in your teeth crunchy.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Is it too crunchy?
Nah.
I did what it said.
I think you did fine. I think it was just it might have been the type of rice. Feeling a little peeved after applying for a photo. The people running it turned out to be a little sketchy after getting a message from them at 1 a.m. Ah, man, I'm sorry. That sucks. Hopefully there is a resolution to that problem. That sucks. We played a lot of games here where it's been way too monotonous because we just walked around, grabbed things, jump scare, okay, move on to the next thing. That literally is kind of the vibe to it. Have you ever been to Wilcox, Arizona? Is that a
Ugh.
joke? I was born in Safford.
I practically lived in Wilcox for a hot minute, and she was there all the time.
Not willingly in most cases. Yeah, I think maybe that's a lot of it. There was a lot of like, okay, here's your objective, go do that. Sometimes it's the recipe. Yeah, that's fair, Daniel. I don't think this was the recipe. I sincerely do think that this was maybe the type of rice. I feel like if I'd used like a softer or like brown rice or something, it might have been a little better. But it is a crunchy rice recipe, so maybe that's my fuck up. I don't know. I have no issues with startup groups or anything, but the lack of attempt. Yeah, but and that happens, Valkian, with those, so I get it. But no, I think that a lot of those games have mostly tried to capitalize on the monotonous because it's an easy walk track for them to put in as a solo indie dev especially, so maybe that's the reason. I don't know. That could be part of it. But I don't think utilizing that as a core element or an excuse is I don't know. Maybe that's my perception. We also come from a situation where a lot of the games that we played through and perceived, like, so Static Dread, right? The submarine specifically, because we just played that. What? Why is there more attractive women in Wilcox and Sierra Vista? Is there an answer to this question? You're in fucking Arizona. What do you mean? I mean, it depends. I don't know what you consider attractive. Every person's perception of attractive women is entirely different. I understand it doesn't make it better. I'm not disagreeing. Look, I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing. All I am simply saying is that I think that we were maybe a little spoiled by some of the other ideas, and indie devs utilizing a kind of a track system to kind of get through it is also part of that issue. I don't know. We'll see. My fear, I think, for Townfall, since again, back to subject, but I think with Silent Hill Townfall, I think one of my fears is going to wind up being that the enemy itself is maybe much like The Room, is almost repetitive. I'm a little scared about that. Arum, thank you for the follow. Also, hello, Shadow. I don't know for sure. But so far we've got 15 minutes of a fucking playthrough, so who knows? I'm not in Arizona. So I wouldn't know, Lonnie. I have no idea. I don't know what rent's like. I'm no longer in Arizona. Thank God. Let's see. No, you know what? Oh, the turkeys? They're good. Fucking villains. Absolute villains.
Yes.
Also getting huge. The turkeys are getting... well, Ellis can tell you about them a little bit. You want to tell them about them?
I could just go grab one. No. I mean, oh, they are all the way in the garage.
Yeah.
I'll leave them for now because I need to clean out their stuff. They're doing good. I mean, they're just growing like fucking weeds. At the end of the day, that's a good thing. But, like, they're in this weird in-between stage where, like, they could go outside, but they're not quite old enough to go outside just yet. So it's, always some sort of grappling for space with poultry until they get to the correct size to fuck off outside.
It's not that anything's wrong with Arizona. I just prefer the trees. The desert has its beauty. I just was there for 30 years of my life. And I like being in the trees where I am now. So it's not that anything's wrong with Arizona. I just much prefer being where I am now. So you're a detective? Nah, but I wanted to be a profiler when I was a kid. That would not have ended well. In fact, that would have gone really fucking horrific for me. I would have... Well, frankly, I probably would have just become Will Graham.
I think you would have been a little too good at your job, honey.
They are doing well, yes, thank you. Yeah. Listen. There's a distinct difference. Heat of any kind fucking sucks, let's be honest. The dry heat sucks because you're sticking your head in an oven. Moist heat sucks because you're breathing soup. Neither is applicable or preferred. Same thing. Fair enough. Are you a private investigator? Should I be? Why are we getting these questions? Do I need to be a private investigator? Did I miss my calling in life?
You know.
Do you answer DMs on Instagram? Depends on what you fucking DM me. Sometimes. Sometimes I'll just outright ignore them. Mostly because it's either rude, a terrible, terrible question that I will not answer because it's rude, or it's a dick pic, which I will not answer because it's a dick pic. And I don't open those for free. Why do people say that other people that butter their toast all the way to the edges of the bread are psychopaths? Is that not normal? Do people not butter all... Who the fuck doesn't butter their toast all the way to the edge?
It's really specific.
What do you mean? You gotta go full stroke. Like, what? I'm joking on rice. What do you mean? I mean, do what you want to do. I'm not here to judge you. Listen, I'm not here to kink shame. I'm just here to kink ask what the fuck why. Hexening. I was watching the Welcome to Horrorwood video the other day and I wasn't expecting you to show up and get chainsawed. Yes, that's me. I am in the Welcome to Horrorwood music video and I do get chainsawed. That would be me.
Wondering how I got here.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. To each their own. I simply don't understand myself. Also, thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. The tip is real. I'm just saying, like, I don't personally get it unless you're like, fuck, I'm in a hurry. But, like, why wouldn't you spread the butter edge to edge? Is that not normal? Am I the weirdo?
I mean, no. That's how I do it.
That seems a perfectly reasonable thing to do, is spread the butter all the way to the edges of the toast. Like, you have it here. Butter is here. Why would we not...
Here go butter.
Full butter.
Why not full butter?
But then you're missing pieces, because then when you take a bite, you're not getting the pleasure of the full butter. I don't understand. And no, I didn't. I mean, butter, margarine, like, whatever, but why would you not spread it to the edge? Everybody's got their something, true. The only thing I don't spread edge to edge is peanut butter because it has the risk of seeping out. What kind of peanut butter are you eating that seeps? Peanut butter seeps? Why would the peanut butter seep? What do you... My dad fired my aunt from making his sandwiches because I always spread the the butter, peanut butter jam, mayo, etc., from edge to edge. It makes sense to me! When you take a bite, you want the full flavor. Right? PB is not supposed to be runny. When it mixes with the jelly, it gets a lot less stable. Okay, that makes sense, I think. If it seeps out, you just lick it.
This is such a specific conversation.
No, it's very much a neurodivergent conversation. Oh, yeah, that's true. True. Lung is correct. Like, organic peanut butter is often oily, but you're also supposed to stir it before you, like, use it. But then, like, why the oil would seep into the bread, right? Is that the peanut butter you have to blend together when you open it? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's organic. It is also a little bit, yeah, that's true. Like, there's just more to it. I think I'm more concerned about that's when you lick the fucking sides like an ice cream sandwich. Some people don't like to do that. Some people think that's gross. By the way, are fluffernutter sandwiches an East Coast thing only? I don't know. Are they?
Man, I haven't heard of that since I was back home.
A fluffernutter? Would you like to explain fluffernutter?
Uh,
I almost said, would you like to explain fluffernutting, but I don't think that's the same thing.
so I haven't eaten them, but my understanding is that not peanut butter and like marshmallow fluff? Like, I'm pretty sure.
I feel like if I try to Google this, that I'm gonna get a really questionable and obscure thing. Yeah. So it's peanut butter and marshmallow fluff. Licking the sandwich sideways is the best way to keep it under control.
Wow.
I don't think so.
They might be onto something.
No. Fluffing the nut in this economy? Thank you.
It's like putting it into
Appreciate
a stand
that.
mixer.
Why would you put it in a stand mixer?
You missed it. It's okay.
What?
What?
What are you putting in a stand mixer?
Nothing, honey.
That sounds uncomfortable. I'm perturbed. Your FBI agent has seen worse Google searches, I think. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it wouldn't be so bad. How many of you had those? Okay, I know obviously at least one of you has had a fluffernutter. And no, that's not code for something if you just came in here and happened to see this while you were scrolling. Fluffernutter is not code. Add Nutella to the fluffernutter.
Now that does sound pretty good.
Hold up!
Why?
Stoics onto some shit. Hold on. Toast, peanut butter, marshmallow fluff, Nutella? Whoa. Wait. We're onto some shit. I'm not going to disagree with that. That does give me a good case of the needs. So what would it be then? Because it would no longer be a fluffernutter. It would be... Would it be a fluff nut? Castle says he's done it. Wait, with Nutella? You've done this, but you haven't made it for me. I see. I see how it is. Okay, whatever.
Bad move.
Whatever. We're not talking anymore. I see how it is. Nutter fluffer? Fluff nuts. I kind of prefer fluffed nuts. I feel like that's going to go places. Probably on the P&H predominantly, but it's going to go places. You're going to give me a sandwich and not even fluff my nut? How dare you? I'm going to get canceled. Fluffer Nutella. That's too much of a mouthful. Fluff nuts is good. A double nut fluff. Chris is doing good. I like this. I'm just saying. Fair enough. I sent you the toast context with me and Palm. I'll have to check it out. Nutella flutter. Nutella flutter sounds like a type of butterfly. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. Das Fluffer. No, that's different. That is a different Google search.
SpongeBob.
Careful, SpongeBob. That's a different Google search. I don't think so. Food Wars. Don Draper would throw you out of his if you pitched that. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. That's an angry German butterfly. Real. Nutter fluffers are a very different thing. Wait.
Don't do. Careful, SpongeBob.
That's got an Urban Dictionary meaning. I don't think I want to Google. I don't know about that. Isn't the German word for... What's the German word for butterfly? It's so metal.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Fuck. Oh, I used to know it. I know mariposa is butterfly in Spanish. Fuck. What is the German word? Schmetterling! Thank you. Look at you guys. You're so good at this. Schmetterling.
did you say it, but like with a Russian accent?
What do I talk about on Spicy Blue site? I don't live stream there very often, if ever, anymore, because nobody bothers to actually tip. But I don't talk about things. That defeats the purpose of that site. To be fair, it just sounds just fine unless you purposefully Schmetterling. Do you get people who try to meet up on social media? Sometimes. I don't, though. That's what conventions are for. I'm also very anti-people. What do you mean? I live in the woods for a
I was
reason.
gonna say.
I speak a fair amount of German. Moose and squirrel. Just stare at the camera for 3 hours? That's real. Can we get down to brass tacks here? Rob Zombie made a porn. His only one. But it was Texas Dildo Massacre or something like that. That tracks for Rob Zombie, to be honest. I mean, that does track. What's the latest scoop on Jimothy? Which Jimothy? We have several iterations of
I
Jimothy.
think they're talking about Jimothy from Seattle, the raccoon.
That's what I'm saying. There's iterations of Jimothy.
Yeah.
Buddy, I don't think that Rob Zombie's corn Texas Dildo Massacre is going to be on IMDb.
You never know.
Oh yeah. Okay, good. I don't know. Is there an update on Jimothy? I don't actually know. That's a good question. I don't actually know. Is it better directed than his mainstream shit? I don't know. I can't say anything because I like 31. That was supposed to be a serial stream. You just look at the camera and say nothing. That's true. Find updates on Jimothy.
Me?
Oh no, Cryptech was talking about him. Edward Penis Hands. Parody corn is truly goated. I'm not gonna lie. That or the one. No, you. Thank you. Oh, it does? I didn't know that. They do list adult movies. Tuna, crunchy rice, jalapeno, cucumber, and edamame. Horror corn section is definitely something. I wish I could pronounce that. The Irish word for butterfly. Silent Hill, but in 30 Nights of Paranormal Activity with the devil inside the girl with the dragon tattoo. I'd watch it. No, it is very like Shriek If You Know What I Did Last Friday the 13th. And to be honest with you, I feel like I would watch a parody series that was built on the backs of games, but only if, and I do sincerely mean this, only if it was made by people who genuinely enjoyed the games and like know what they're doing to be able to make fun of them appropriately. Like I do feel like that's a missed opportunity. In a good way. The bell curve. Look, just make a skit if you want, or make that. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Could you imagine if you did a full stream where the mic's muted on purpose, you respond to us the whole time like you're actually talking, and end it with, oh, I've been muted the whole time? I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. I think I did that one time for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
What are you mad about? You were napping.
Not anymore.
Oh my god. Bro, calm down.
No.
Wow. He's trying.
What are you doing?
Destruction. Chaos. House of the Dead wasn't supposed to be a comedy, but I and the other theater audience made it one to salvage the price of the ticket. That's understandable. 5 Knots and Freddy's. Get out. Is that real? Wait a minute. Is that real? Do a stream where you can only respond with the buttons that the dogs have. It's not It's gonna be. It will be soon. I have the bear.
We do, in fact, have Frederick.
Don't you worry, Metal Pony. Don't you worry. Five Nights at Freddy's security breach is on its way. TM.
Oh, come on. Get.
No, brain doesn't work. It's fine. I do. I have the power. I have the power to complete this request. And I plan on it. Just give me some time. Give me a little bit. I gotta figure out how to edit the security cameras. That's it.
Mr. Holmes.
You have the Five Nights at Freddy's bear? I do. I do have Mr. Frederick Bear, as a matter of fact.
He is in the living room.
He is in our living room. Ominously.
Very.
Five Nights at Freddy's, it's not the security that's gonna be breached. Technically it is. Technically it is. You need to make him play with Sherlock. That video was so cute. I have to post it still. I don't know what he was like, what Sherlock was on, but he was trying so hard to play with him. I prefer Roxanne. I don't have the full costume for Roxanne. Unfortunately. People would have to help with that. I'm also not painting myself again.
No, fuck that.
FNAF Ruin comes after FNAF tied up security and breached. That's a different game. Federico Fazbear himself. That's right. True. Will he sensually feed you pizza afterward? That's a good question.
Nah.
I feel like that's a requirement. Does this mean we aren't putting on the red light? Buddy, if only you knew. Like, trying to assemble him, by the way, was actually annoyingly basic, and for quality, I'm not gonna lie, like, it's not bad. He's not poorly made.
I can make him better.
But, yeah, but, like, we're gonna dismantle him a little bit later and, like, make him better.
Gonna turn him into Fredbear.
Yes, actually. I asked Ellis if we could turn him into Nightmare Fuel.
And I am going to make it so that it's like my intention when crafting him into Fredbear is everything that I add on will be stuff that I can take back off so it doesn't ruin like the original.
Yeah.
Even if it's just Velcro or magnets.
I feel like Velcro, we'd have to be cautious, but definitely, yeah.
No.
No.
They may not know what Nightmare Fredbear is.
Will he have a jackhammer mechanic? That's the goal.
You'll probably have to show them what that is.
You did great in Nightmare Fighting Tournament. Thank you. I hope you liked it. How did you become an Amazon book voice reader? I started reading stuff. I got really good at reading stuff. I made a demo reel of me reading stuff. I submitted me reading stuff to companies that posted public things about opening rosters. I auditioned for me reading stuff. It's the easiest way I can put it. Someone made a cosplay mix of Springface, which is Springtrap and Ghostface. Oh, bet. I believe that. 100%. Hello, Spada. How are you? I had my friend once fully explain the lore of FNAF since I only played the first game. After he got the third game, I was generally starting to dissociate. Oh, you have no idea. It gets so much worse. You didn't even get to Impreg. Listen, the novels? You thought the games had moments?
I didn't.
Brother, you didn't even get into the novelization of the games.
Out of all of the novels, the one about Funtime Freddy and the one about Tiger Rock are by far the most like.
You want to talk about them a little bit while I finish my food? You'd have to come over here, though.
Yes, but let me let out Sherlock really quick.
I rewatched a Matt McMuscles video and realized you were in it. How do you know Matt? Matt and I had crossover like years ago, but we like maintained a weird friendship because we're both super into Silent Hill and DMC.
Actually, I lied. Mom's calling.
Oh, he did tell me that. Sight guys, thank you for the follow. No, Ellis did tell me that they plan on making, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. Listen, I don't really care about Chica, I'm not gonna lie, but I kinda have a requirement for Bonnie. Not gonna lie about that one. How many books do you read a month? It depends. It depends on what I get booked for, but anywhere from, like, 1 to 5. I think the most I've done in 1 month was 6, and I wanted to cry. Do it! Have a good one, Shadow. Appreciate you. Bonnie, I think, is the strongest design out of the originals. I mean, I have a bias,
Okay.
but like Security Breach also depends because like obviously Bonnie and Security Breach was a whole other mess, literally.
he deserved better.
He did deserve better. Monty kind of fucked him a little bit, but if you don't know the lore on the fucking novels, there's some shit.
Yeah.
I also narrated one of them. If you wanna hear me narrate Into the Pit, I did narrate Into the Pit, and it is still up on YouTube, which is weird because I feel like I should have gotten in trouble for that by now. But it was also Scott Coffin, and maybe he was into it. I don't know.
Yeah, so all of the books are super fucked up. Like varying degrees of fucked up, including Into the Pit, by the way.
It's pretty fucked up.
But the Funtime Freddy one, I think, is one of the most fucked up. So like it revolves around a little girl who goes and like her friends are teasing her and all this shit, and she goes to hide and she gets into the chest cavity of Funtime Freddy, which is the pink and white one. And when she does that, it's like eyes roll back in its head so it's looking at her, and it starts like bullying her and teasing her and berating her. And then I think, if I remember correctly, I can't remember if she dies of freezing or if he turns on and she dies from overheating, but like he does it on
either
purpose.
way, it's horrible.
It's horrific. And then the Tiger Rock one.
Shout out really quick to whoever the fuck anonymous gifter is, but thank you for gifting subs to Butterfly, Lycosum, Psycholive, Wildfell, and I definitely thought that said Hanagram, and I was like,
Hanging Rabbit?
Probably. Also applicable.
And then the Tiger Rock one is based in the Security Breach section of things, because Tiger Rock was another animatronic that's kind of hinted at in the games, but it's in the novels.
Mm-hmm.
And it's this little kid who keeps going to like the Pizzaplex when it's still functional, and is getting like starting to have dreams and shit about the Tiger Rock animatronic, because while he's there,
he's also a wood.
Yeah, it's like it's coming up to him and it's being like friendly, but like it keeps, putting his hand on his arm or like stuff like this. So he starts doing the VR stuff that's there, and Tiger Rock meets him there and starts interacting with him and starts chasing him in VR. And finally, after like 3 hours, he gets out of it, and everybody outside is like panicked because they couldn't get into the room where he was. And he's like walking home and he's freaked out, and he's like, okay, this it was just VR, like everything is fine. It's okay.
It was not fine.
It chased him home from the Pizzaplex and ripped his arm off in his driveway and then left.
Yep.
Like, the Five Nights books are fucking insane work. Like, insane work. So, I recommend them. Mad Unhinged. Wild as shit.
At one point, I talked about narrating the rest of them. Because I have the full series. I just haven't gotten around to it. But there was a discussion at one point about me narrating the rest of them. The only downside is, like, I have to fucking find time to do it. And I've been doing, like, 2 to fucking 5 books a month. And October is going to be nuts for me. Also, we do have an ad break starting in, like, 45 seconds, so don't go anywhere. As always, again, you can find my audios, videos, photosets, and more at autumnivyofficial.com, as well as a list of current books, which desperately needs to be updated if you're into my narrations. But yeah, he, I think, I don't know where my brain went. Holy shit. Oh, yeah.
Books.
I did consider doing, the book narrations. It's just a matter of finding time to try to do that is the biggest thing. Especially, I may, by the way, side note, I do start narrating a Lonely Broadcast book 2 next week. I may live stream my narration of A Lonely Broadcast. The downside is that you guys are going to be you guys are going to be fucked because you're going to be missing information in chapters. because I am narrating it with obviously with Joey Sorless, who plays Finn, and Mr. Creepypasta, who of course is Daniel. So if I do that, you're gonna be like missing entire chapters and dialogue sections. So like I can, but I feel like you guys are gonna get real mad at me real fast because you're gonna be missing some shit. Did you see they're gonna be redesigning and re-releasing all the old book covers? That's interesting. I feel so bad for you with schedules like that. Obviously, get the money, you deserve it, but it sucks it's so many in a short time. I don't mind it because, like, I'm booking work. I don't want to, like, I'm not complaining. I'm very, very happy and very gracious I have the ability to book work. Like, don't get me wrong. It just can be difficult when I really want to, when I want to do other stuff too. Have you been on a movie set? I mean, yeah, I play a lead role in a feature film and, I mean, a couple of other things too. I have an IMDb. It exists. It's also on my website. I will once again be hanging out soon at some point. I think next year.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, but yes, there's more stuff to come at some point. I would like to be there more often. One of these days, I will get the Lonely Broadcast film up and running. One of these days. When I have unlimited fucking funds or like 30 million fans like fucking Mark does at some point. How did you and Spike meet? Ha!
Total accident.
Yeah, actually, by complete fucking accident. So I met Spike. So I knew about Mr. Creepypasta because I obviously, like, I was within the realm of the creepypasta, you know, like, league. But I had known about Mr. Creepypasta because of his narration, on his channel. So we were at Phoenix Comic-Con one year, and I was shopping my co-written and co-created comic series, and he got put in the table, like, directly across from and one table to the left of me. And so, like, Spike came through because they were going back and forth, and I was like, oh shit, like, that's cool, that's Mr. Creepypasta, whatever, right? Wasn't really thinking about it. And then at one point he comes over to see what we have because he was like checking out everybody's stuff and being super fucking cool. Like, nicest motherfucker ever. But I told my co-writer, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna give him one of the like special edition booby covers, because one of the special edition covers was like a naughty adult cover. This is an adult comic. It is intended to have adult covers, right? So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna give him one of those, because it's like one of those things of like, yeah, like, I love what you do, whatever, this is what I can offer you. So I gave him one of those, and he was stoked. And then, like, we just, I don't know, we all started talking, and I started talking to Bo, who's Megan, his wife, and we started talking, and he was like, yeah, like, do you want to go get some food? And I was like, okay. And then after that, we just kind of kept talking. And then he, like, invited me to read for his channel when he was sick one time, just as like a guest spot, just for fun. And I was like, fuck it, cool. And then next thing I know, we're going to his wedding. I don't really know. It was very strange.
I was gonna say, we ran into him.
Yeah.
And then
It literally,
we went to his wedding.
It-
And then, like, a year later, he was my best man.
no, I'm not even kidding. He dead ass, like, that's exactly how it started. Is he 100%, no joke, was just like, cool, we're going. And, like, that was it. The Treen who stinks. Hello, Stinky Treen. Another amazing person that we just happened to fall into fucking fucking
Spawned into the friend.
yeah, who spawned into the family. Stinky Treen as well. If you guys haven't checked out Stinky Treen, we've rated them a few times, but you should definitely check out their content. They're fucking hilarious. They also made me cook some really abhorrent food one time, so, you know. They want to know what you walked into frame with. They think it's a griddle. Googie wants to know. Oh, no, it's my laptop thing. But yeah, you should totally check out Stinky Treen's content. They also stream indie horror periodically. But yeah, no, Ray, Spike's almost always been that way. But joking aside, he is a legitimately amazing person. Has never been anything but kind and accommodating to people. Like, really loves MILFs a lot. But hey,
Also pumpkins.
whatever, pumpkins and MILFs. I'm not here to judge a man for his habits. You know, whatever. But no, I'm grateful and very gracious to have had the opportunity to become friends with Spike, because he has never been anything but a blessing, and I consider him like my own family. I love him. I love Megan. Like, phenomenal person. And if there's any way that you can support him is by listening to his stuff. What has he done to the pumpkins? You're gonna have to reserve that question for him. I want you to ask him what he's done to the pumpkins. He does also love to give out beaver merch. I don't know if I can technically show this without getting canceled on Twitch, but I'm gonna show you anyway. He sent this to me as a gift. I have a thing about the Buc-ee's beaver. Like, I believe that Buc-ee's is a cult, but he sent this to me, and like it's a nice print. It's not paper. It's a hard print. He sent me a hard print of the Buc-ee's beaver girl, anthropomorphized as a furry. So anyway, that's the kind of man he is. Yeah. Everybody has a type. True. That's true. He did. Yes. Yep. He fucking took off. That was a whole other fucking animal, to be honest. That's hardly even a beaver. Listen, so when it was handed to me, I was like, it looks more like a bear than a beaver? I don't know. Yeah, I still have the fucking onesie. It drives me nuts. I love how you say that, but then like all the furries are like, is it really a beaver though? I feel like the furries have room to judge. The beaver's at the bottom of the image. I'm more of a raccoon girl that works at the Waffle House. That's fair. How many beavers? I mean, how many beavers have I seen? Brother. Bro. The question. Just wait. I think the earliest thing on his channel that I heard you on was some girl who could answer ads online for some adult fun. Went to a house for a couple. She got there. She was looking around for something. Got caught up, thrown into the closet where her friend was, so she was sent in to save. I don't remember the very first story I did for him. I remember the cam girl story because he literally overlaid himself eating fucking Doritos into the microphone into that story on purpose because it was adding to the illusion of how fucking gross this story was. And then there was the supermarket. The supermarket story was pretty weird too. But there was a couple. I've read a few. My favorite though was the story about Lazary, the dead girl. So I think that one by far is one of my favorite stories. Obviously next to accounts from a lonely broadcast station, but I don't really count that because accounts from a lonely broadcast station is its own realm of bullshit. Yeah, exactly. The infected town case files. Yes. It was specifically that Lazary's story was I think called The Dead Girl or something along those lines. Honestly, all the night shift people I met were fucking nice. Yeah. No, it's a good crew. My type tends to be tattoos, chesticles, and zero tolerance for bullshit. Good news. Leslie Nielsen would say nice beaver, I'm sure. You right. That's true. I feel like Leslie Nielsen would have been into furry girls. I could see that. I could definitely see that. I don't know why. Henry Winkler probably too.
Yeah.
If they had big enough boobs, I feel like that would make sense. Sorry. Anyway, that was tangent. It's tangent. It's fine. Yeah, no. And then have you heard of Goonstick and Wobble Meat was not the thing that I expected. The two voices for Infected Town Case was yours and Creeps. Was that? I don't think Creeps was in that one. I don't know. I don't have anything really on that side of things. I thought it was just Spike and I thought for that one because it was the detective and Lazary. But maybe I'm wrong. Psych, hello, welcome. Sorry for the timeout. Also, we have an ad break starting in 20 seconds, so please hold on to your buttholes. Don't go anywhere. I'll be here, anxiously awaiting your return, like a sad Jack Russell Terrier who hasn't seen their owner in 6 months. When people ask me what does the fox say, I like to reply to quote Young Frankenstein, what knockers. True. Oh, okay. God, it's been years. That's such an old fucking series. There was a lot of crossover for several of those series, though. I'm not sure. That would make sense, though. Dad is ovulating. Brother. Thank you for the follow. That screen name, though, is in my top 10. I'm not gonna lie to you right now. Like, I thought Raw Fuck was gonna have it, because they subscribed 50 minutes ago. But you get it. Dad is Ovulating is a hell of a name. Oh, you're fine. Welcome back, Wildlife. You redid part 1 of Horror from the Vault too, right? Yes. I think that one was recent, because I played the sheriff, I believe, in that one. And the sheriff, I think, originally was supposed to be a man. And Spike was like, "Hey, do you want to help out with this?" And I was like, "Fuck it, let's go." And he's like, "Cool, you're gonna be the sheriff." And then I was down. So that's how that happened. Perfectly timed. All I heard was Dad is ovulating, and then the ad started. Excellent. No notes. Ellis is what?
I mean,
Wrong dad.
not at the current moment.
Me. It was me the whole time. Dio. But yeah, I think Aram's right. I think that was one of the more recent stories. I feel bad because I know a lot of people really want me to go back to narrating creepypastas and stuff on the channel sometimes, but like it's so hard to fucking do it. What I need to do, honestly, is be like, yeah, here's a story per week, like one story per week, and just record it and put it in and call it a day. I would have to literally sit down and spend an hour or two trying to like pre-schedule story time. Or if I did it, like September's going to really be the only time that I could try to sit down and read a bunch of fucking stories and get them pre-prep for 2 weeks, cuz October for me is going to be nuts. I have currently 4, potentially 5. I'm waiting to hear back from scheduling about the 5th. But I have 4 books in October that I have scheduled. Donner, thank you for the follow. So October is gonna be really hefty for me. I'm gonna be lucky if I don't lose my fucking mind. 1 30 to 45 minute story probably does better than 2 or 3 10-minute stories. I think he's ringing.
What the fuck was that?
I also don't do well with the shorter stories. I think that some short stories with the right build-up are okay. But if I did do it, the only thing I would say is like they're not going to have a bunch of music and shit in it. And that's the only thing I think that would bother me, is I just don't have the income to justify like full edits. And if I did it myself, like I can do that. I've done it before. But if I did the edits myself, it would just be time consumption. So I don't know. I've thought about it though. I know a lot of people have wanted me to try to go back to narrating a little bit more. It's just I just don't make a lot from them. My viewership sucks about that. And like, let me be clear. I don't want to make this about numbers. I don't want to make it about like, oh, well, if I'm not getting the views. Like I don't mean it like that. I mean it from the perspective of like I do so much stuff all of the time that it's really, really hard to sit down to do something like that and be able to be like, okay, I have to like move chunks of time from like either like the little tiny wisps of free time I have, or from like doing this, like doing like AMAs, or being able to kind of slide things through. Because there's just, if I'm not narrating, books and stuff, then I'm working on like an animation or a game that I have to do lines for. And if I'm not doing that or a book, then I'm trying to shoot content for stuff. And if I'm not shooting content, I'm filming advertisements. And if I'm not filming advertisements, I'm responding to messages. Like it, anyway, that's part of life, right? Like we get in, we ball, we do. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy, like, because you guys wouldn't be here and I wouldn't have the support. And I'm very like grateful and thankful for all of you. But like trying to move and navigate through to find time to do something that inherently is not necessarily, I don't want to use the word useful, but like that isn't helpful to like from an income capacity where I can justify the time spent versus the income made also, is something I have to consider. And yeah, the animals especially too, commodifying almost every moment and being burned out. Why? I mean, Waymer's right. Like, that's fair. And Waymer's been here. I mean, y'all know, and Ray too, yeah, and after all the content shit, I'm also working out and trying to take care of that shit too. I wish I could do subs for this channel to help. It's not even just that. I appreciate it. Like, that's just one facet of it. Sharing stuff, engaging with things, commenting, liking, like, I want to be really clear. All that shit is fucking helpful. Supporting me in general, or like, you know, if you like audiobooks and buying the audiobook and typing up a review and being like, damn, like, you ate this, bitch, or whatever it is that the cool kids say nowadays. It's just like all of that is helpful. You don't have to necessarily spend money either. Sharing things is super huge. Commenting on stuff, you know, that kind of stuff. It's very appreciated. You know better than we would. You were just really good with the I love doing it. I love reading and narrating scary stories. Look, listen, everybody loves a good fuck book, but god damn it. Romance and dark romance is predominantly the things that I've read over the last like year, and I just, brother, I'm so ready to narrate a lonely broadcast book too. I'm so ready to come back home to Evelyn and Bartholomew and Danny and everybody. And it's like, holy fuck, dog. I'm so ready to come back home. Like, I've never been more excited. It's been a while since I've been excited to narrate a book again. Not that I don't, again, I like what I do, but sometimes there are genres where it's like, it's exhausting because you narrate so much of a genre. And like, I'm just so excited to come back home to something I know and I love and means a lot of things to me. So, you know, but I love doing creepypastas. It's also just really hard to outsource. Like, I would legitimately have to have stories that Spike either didn't want to narrate or like had cast offs to be like, hey, could I narrate this one too? Or like, would that be cool if I did this? I wanted to go back and redo some of the OG creepypastas. And like do like fucking like Jeff the Killer, I think, was announced recently. And I was like, damn, I should go find some of the pieces for Jeff the Killer and shit like that. But now I don't know the logistics and the fucking copyright of touching some of these things because it's so convoluted. Yeah. Now I miss David Neer. That's fair. Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, I wouldn't mind. Again, I just outsourcing also because I don't have time to carve through like no sleep and try to like find stuff and then contact authors. Which, I mean, I guess Ellis could technically do some of that and we've talked about it, but again, I don't know. Maybe I'll come back around to it. I do miss it. I really do. And maybe it would be a good palette cleanser between things. Even if I only released like 1 or 2 stories a month, I feel like would be something for people. I just don't want to be one of those like fucking YouTubers that like shows up once every 6 months randomly on a Tuesday at 6 p.m. and everybody's like, where the fuck have you been? Where were you? Not for a narration, but for a break, just reading it in free time. No, I mean, no, for a narration to post. But like, to me, even that would just take it and kind of be fun for me. But I don't know. Just drops a banger video and then smoke bombs. It's like, I like watching fucking Chris James. So Chris James does like watch things and reacts to like shitty television series like Wife Swap and stuff like that. Like, Chris James is fucking hilarious. I like watching his channel, but every so often he'll drop a video and then we won't see him for like a month. And then he drops another one randomly on like whatever. I just saw a VOD come up of you reading the Am I the Asshole from Reddit, and I never knew you did that at all. Yeah, we did that was a long time. Wow, that's a hell of a VOD to come up. Yeah, we did an Am I the Asshole reading, and then I think we had another one where we did something else that was like adjacent to Am I the Asshole. I like reading those. I wouldn't mind being one of the people who do the shorts that like reads through the horrible like story time shit. I don't know, but I think those are funny.
Like the shrimp meme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just read through like horrible situations that are just the short storytelling pieces. I truly wonder how the hell CinemaSins and CinemaWins make their videos. A team of people, probably. Or that's just what they fucking do. We could do that one stream maybe for fun. Yeah. I mean, I feel like things like CinemaSins and so on, like, again, there's a lot of YouTubers and channels that focus on that content and then their day-to-day job, right? Like they only have so much to do, and that's a side thing they do. In my case, it's a little different because I genuinely do have like 10 jobs at any given time that I'm doing. And if it's not those, then obviously it's taking care of the animals and things. So I think that's like where some of that comes from. But that's also why I try to do like the indie horror games and play with you guys, is it gives me an opportunity to do stuff I want to do and to play, some interesting games and kind of get the indie horror stuff out there. For these devs, and also do something I enjoy and talk to you guys while we're doing it and get to react to things. Unfortunately, game watching as a whole on my side is like a 50-50. There's some people who really enjoy it, and then there's some people that are like, yeah, it's not really my thing. I want to watch you fucking talk shit, and so on. I need more time to focus on myself. I know. It's terrible. But yeah, I think that a lot of it would be, I don't know, maybe I could do 1 or 2 stories a month. I feel like maybe that would be a nice palate cleanser for me. I just would really need to find them. Or I'll tell you, here's what we're going to do. All right, hold on. Hear me out. Here's what we're going to do. You talking shit's pretty darn entertaining. I feel like you're biased, Yeehaw. I think that you just, because if I get mad enough, I just turn straight Southern. So I think that that's your entertainment value. I would never play games like that, but I'll watch you play them for like 17 hours in 2 days. Listen, the last fucking FNAF game, real. Are you talking about Into the Pit? And then I got mad. I still haven't done my speed run on that, but I would have to like practice again. I was getting good. I was getting really good at Into the Pit, which was strange. Welcome in. Oh, you're good, psych. We just talking shit today. Today is like so Sundays are usually like a chat and AMA day. And then on Thursday afternoons we usually will talk for a little while and then stream an independent horror game. Predominantly, I like to do indie horror. I like to shit talking Sunday. Damn. How do we capitalize on shit talk Sunday except like we make it, hello, welcome. Except we make it, PR appropriate. Harry, one of Meat Canyon's team, is writing poetry? Oh, really? I wonder if they'd give me permission to narrate it. Not, like, completely irrelevant to, like, Meat Canyon. Like, obviously, Meat Canyon. But, I mean, I do wonder, because that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. I also really like reading poetry. Especially, like, emotionally driven poetry. I love it. You talk shit while playing games, too, though. That's also true. That's also very true. Create a burr under my saddle segment. This is the burr under my saddle. Listen. Yeah, but am I the horse in that case? Because I feel like sometimes I am more the horse with a burr in my saddle than the rider. Either way, very uncomfortable. Oh, I don't even remember. I hope you do. Secret of the Mimic was like 17 hours. Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
That actually, yeah, that tracks, I suppose. I don't know, dude, because, like, that and then freaking the fuck out working a regular-ass job playing Help Wanted 2. Scat shooting Sunday? No. That,
That might cause problems.
I think that might also cause problems. I feel like using the word shit shooting Sunday would be a little more appropriate. I don't know if dropping, I don't know about that. I feel like that would put me on a separate search list that I don't think I want to be on. But I mean, creative, but maybe creative in the wrong direction. We'll leverage. We're gonna pivot. Let's pivot a little bit. We're gonna go the other way. go gadget, blow that up. But yeah, I do need to replay through Zoocosis again. It's been a while. Redonkulous Sunday. I feel like you just want to slap the word donk into something because you guys have started a thing with that. Damper, hello, welcome. Anyway, no, so Sundays mostly are just shit posting and talking. And then of course, any other given day is varied. You did hear donk, yes. We did talk about doing like a Way Back Wednesday and playing retro games at one point because I wanted to play through Indigo Prophecy and a few other things. Hey Taz, how are you? You as well. Donking is the way of the future. Why are we like this? Why? You're gonna bring up a whole... Look, there are a lot of people on the stream right now that do not know what donking is, and I don't know if I can go down that rabbit hole again and have to explain to everybody that donk is the act of throwing a plastic donkey, a plastic blown up donkey into a circle. And the way that it lands dictates the amount of points you gain. I don't need a gun, I've got a donk. Yeah. See, but everybody who was here on Thursday already are well aware of what donking is. And listen, donking's addictive. Once you donk once. You're not gonna stop donking. Well, I'm glad to hear that. We are on some shit today, I guess. I thought donking on someone was like besting them. No, that's dunking on somebody. I donk, you donk, he, me, she, they donk. Donk, donkology, the study of donk, first grade SpongeBob. What's worse, the donking or toe wrestling or the bunny boys? I'll go back to the bunny boys all day long. We've had this conversation. I just think it would be fun to do that, because like we've talked so much shit, and everybody's like, Autumn hates platformers, and like, let's be honest, going back and playing through Lion King would be my undoing, I feel like. I think that might be the thing that unravels me slowly from head to toe and puts me potentially in the worst imaginable location in my brain. I don't know. Toe wrestling's pretty gross though. So you hate pancakes? What do pancakes have to do with anything? What do you mean? Why would I hate pancakes? Nobody said anything about pancakes. Are you talking shit because they're flat? What are you trying to say, Googie? You don't like flat things? You don't like shit that's flat? Is that what you're saying? Because I take that real specific, man. I love feet wrestling. Excuse me? Different dynamic in chat. I'm glad. Look, you do your thing. I'm just saying that interlocking toes with someone is not, that's going to get you somewhere else, is all. I will eat an entire can of whipped cream off of your chest. Do not play with me. Brother, please. Listen, an entire can, dude? That would be so sticky. I can't, I can picture it. I don't want to, no. Look, I'm into a lot of weird shit, but I don't think whipped cream's one of them. I feel like that would be like, I mean, still, like, fair, but like, sticky. I think I've done that exactly once, and it was sticky. It was sticky. It was very sticky.
Brother. No.
What's getting sticky in here? Not Spider-Man. I don't play about my flat homies, that's all I'm saying. Fair enough, man. Appreciate you.
What the fuck are you
Waffles are just pancakes with abs.
That's
You know, actually, you're onto something. You're onto some shit. I never thought about that. That's actually, huh.
No,
Tell him! Fuck him up!
he's really mad that you're not paying attention to him.
What's your fucking... You got a problem, you little bitch?
Tell her.
You got some shit to say? And then what?
Tell her.
Who the fuck are you? Oh. Why do you look at me like I did that?
Tell her. You
Said
tell
who?
her.
You're not talking to me. You don't talk to me like that. You don't talk to me like that. Do you hear this?
Tell her. Oh my god.
Why is it the same resonance every time? He's got separation anxiety even with you in the room. Yeah. You're right.
Don't bring it over here.
Is he? He's trying to... You can't jump off the table and launch yourself
that's
over
exactly
here.
what he was about.
Because I know that's what you're trying for. You were fucking a whole other animal.
Oh.
Sherlock Holmes. He does talk mad shit. He is the mad shit.
Banana.
Look at him. He's trying to figure out. Dad, don't you get in the cat's room. He did. He's getting too bold. Elbow drop that motherfucker. You ate the whole wheel of cheese? I'm not even mad. I'm actually really impressed.
Are you done?
He said square up.
Quit.
Somebody's gonna clip that and be like, they abuse their dog.
He abuses me.
Yeah, listen, that dog abuses us.
Like,
He don't give a fuck.
This is a wiener dog.
Thank you for the clear view of your husband, Autumn.
Yeah. You love him.
He has every right to be able to sit right fucking here, and he doesn't.
That chair sucks. It makes me sad.
Get a better chair. You've got a stool.
Can you control your wiener?
No.
Look at it.
My wiener has no level of control. We don't control our wieners in this house. We spin them in a circle. He probably could. I don't really know what happened. He looks about as threatening as a loofah. Wow! That's so fucking mean.
Mr. Holmes.
Maybe you should accommodate him better?
Okay.
You come fucking accommodate him then, Googie. You're so good at it. Did it ever have control? Ask me about my wiener.
Wiener is a dictator.
True, true.
Mr. Holmes.
Armpit, dog, husband, trifecta of the algorithm clip.
Mr.
Chat is out for blood. Also, welcome. Glad you could finally chat. Dad is ovulating. That is the most aggressive wiener I've ever seen. True. He needs more toys. Put them on throne. He has eaten so many. I have to find the, like, extra strength Kong chews because this dog chews through so many fucking toys. And that is not an exaggeration. He bought him a fucking squeaky chicken and he had it eaten in the first 5 minutes. It took him less than 2.5 minutes to chew the head off of it.
He's got razors for teeth.
He does. He's got fucking razors. His teeth are razor blades. Also, don't talk about how fucking aggressive my wiener is. Sounds like people... I don't know what's wrong with it. It has no control. It's just
I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
Yeah, well, so that's the joke. Is he fucking eats through toys faster than the Mastiff mix does. Adonis is 180 pounds, and he that thing fucking eats through them faster than the big dog
Because
does.
he's got literal razor blades for
The
teeth.
wiener is demanding to be let out to play.
Adonis just has sheer pressure. This
Ga-
has razor blades.
Gas-powered wiener that never runs out of gas. Man, every wiener runs out of gas eventually. I don't make the rules.
Honey, good lord. Give it.
I bought a toy for my dog that said it was made with Kevlar. Didn't last an hour. See, you get it, David.
Give it.
Little wiener piranha.
Yes, look at it.
This is what you truly came for. This is what you came for. In before someone's like, you're gonna pull out his teeth like that. That dog's gonna pull off his hands before his teeth are ever fucking touched.
Quit fucking yelling at me.
Ellis is really working that wiener.
For free.
Yeah, for free even on this chat.
Can you?
Yo, thank you so much. 100% the content I pay for. You're welcome.
Now what?
I'm kind of starting to understand the armpit bros. What do you mean? This is the wiener! Look at this hairy wiener!
Angry pipe cleaner.
He does look a little bit like a pipe cleaner. Also, I want to point out that this is good money. This right here, this is pro tip money.
For free?
For free. I am giving you pro positions for free. Also, I mean, that line of my biceps looking good though. Like, how's the lighting? No? Maybe? Yeah, okay. Somebody, now this is the content I don't pay for. You right. I gave you some of Spike's pumpkins. Thanks. Thank you for that. I can't unsee it because ever since that one fucking video of me being like, oh yeah, like I have to figure out new clothes or whatever, and then everybody was like, oh, it's Leon Kennedy hours. That's true. You're right. Reminds me of a younger cousin when he was like 9 or 10. My uncle one morning heard yelling coming in the bathroom, walks in and my cousin slamming his... Wow, what? Oh no! Oh, that's horrible. Man. I'm so sorry for your cousin, dude. Leon is the GOAT. True. Leon is the GOAT. I felt like trying to do a gender bend of Leon was gonna be an interesting tack for me. So like I have a wig for Leon on the way, but then I was like, do I do like questionable gender tomboy, not really sure what gender Leon RE9, or do I try to like do the full fucking makeup and shit? I don't know. We'll see. Welcome. During my take the yeah, no. If you took those like hardcore rubber balls, absolutely. I do want to do hunk. I'm not gonna lie. Somebody asked me on some of the other locations if I would consider hunk. I would. I would consider hunk for a lot of things. RE9, Leon. I'm not gonna lie. I love dusty old men. Father Kennedy. True. He went to DILF. Like, RE9 Kennedy is DILF status. I'm not gonna lie about that. I'm a simple man. I'm a very simple man. I see it, I want it, I ride it, whatever. Or whatever it is that they sang in that song once. Daddy Kennedy and Uncle Tickle Vic. It's true. Breathe or recite the Bible in Japanese, Autumn. I don't think that's gonna salvage my soul. Leon Kennedy still hasn't had his twink death. I would disagree. I think RE9 is as close to a twink death as we're gonna get, and I can't wait for Chris Redfield, brother. Bad news, the T-virus makes you infertile. Good news, he's not pulling out. Oh, good
Who
news.
makes infertile? Leon? That's fine. Chris didn't want any babies.
Dusty, crusty, and crunchy old dudes that puff dust. You right. You know what I'm into.
I was gonna say Autumn's type, you mean?
Yeah, like, what do you mean? Also extra crispy in some instances.
What do you want?
Super extra crispy in a couple instances, even, one could say.
You have the whole...
Yo, thank you, Shmanyu. I appreciate you. They weren't really baseballs. They were more like tennis balls. Wait, baseball? Baseball? A baseball and a tennis ball have similar circumference, though, right?
Depends on the baseball.
Baseball?
Usually baseballs are bigger than tennis balls.
That's a softball.
Yeah, some baseballs are still bigger than tennis
Softball. Baseball? Hold on. What's the circumference? No, stop.
Boy.
Circumference of a baseball for MLB.
I thought you were gonna say for science purposes.
According to official Major League Baseball rules, an official MLB regulation baseball must have a circumference between 9 and 9.25 inches. All right, circumference of a tennis ball for pro tennis. I don't know what they call that. For professional tennis, a regulation ball set by the International Tennis Federation has a circumference of 8.09 to 8.48 inches. So as a matter of fact, technically speaking, the circumference of a Major League Baseball used has a slightly larger circumference than that of an ITF tennis ball. Good. No. You're fine. I feel like I've learned something. And honestly, I'm kind of here for that. I really needed you guys to know that. It's a very girthy baseball. If you wrapped a ween around it, you know, learning was half the battle. Hold on, what's the standard circumference of a softball? So, the standard circumference of oh my god. A standard regulation softball has the circumference of 12 inches. That's a lot of inches. I'm glad you're having a good time. I do wonder sometimes. Softballs do have the girth. You are correct. Listen, I'm not gonna judge a dude for having huge nuts, okay? Like, whatever fucking gets you going. Yeah, Ryan's got huge nuts. You know?
Can you go anywhere else?
So I can't even talk about him because he's not here in chat, so I can't talk shit.
He's gonna spawn in like Beetlejuice.
Yeah, that's true. A circumference of 9 to 9.25 was my old nickname in college. I only went for 2 months because they told me I can't make my own nicknames up.
Oh my god.
I feel like you... like 2 eggs in a napkin? What do you mean? What kind of eggs? I feel like the type of egg is really integral to know here. I think, because, like, you could have normal chicken eggs, grocery store brand, or, like, what if they're ostrich eggs? I'm not here to judge. I'm just simply pointing out that there are specifics here. Is all. Yeah, duck eggs are a little larger. Goose eggs are girthy. Like, you know, like, not, but, like, just saying.
Big.
I'm slanging, frankly, above average hog, but compared to my massive frame, it looks average.
Sherlock Holmes.
I want to point out that average on standard, according to most, is like 5 inches. So I don't know if I believe you. And they hiss. Gooey's hog or the geese? What do you mean?
Yes.
If you do RE9, Leon, how are you doing the facial hair? I'm literally gonna buy the facial hair. Also, it's just stubbles. Like, I could draw the stubbles on, but I might just do the fucking stubbly additionals. You're right. All eggs should be treasured. Appropriately, even, one could say. This has gone off the rails. Every single one of you motherfuckers. My hog don't hiss, it just gotta sit there. It do spit, though. Come get him.
I can't do that. I'm afraid not.
The eggs hiss, and is the age-old question, do I have huge size or a tiny wiener?
Crisis question. Good?
How much trouble am I gonna get into if I turn to Castle and ask him about his leg days?
I mean, is he here?
No, I don't think so.
Castle!
I think he's playing Spitterman.
You need to record it for chat.
Dab me up, big dog. Damn. Stop, I can't. That's too much for me.
What do you fucking want?
Yeah, okay, but he may not be paying attention. He may be here because he's got me, like, off to the side right now. I'm skinny, so I don't get to use the thigh excuse. Wait, I just heard my name. See? Fucking told you. He was dick deep in Spider-Man. Okay? He was dick deep in Spider-Man. Nobody tell him. You don't get to know now. No, don't ask him about his thighs. I'm gonna get in trouble. It's fine. Don't worry about it. No, you're good. Don't worry about it. We're Yeah. No. Dick, yes, I said dick deep in Spider-Man. Do you have Christmas ham thighs with a medium pasta shell in the middle? Ah! Stop! I think that the concept of how big your thighs are from a muscular perspective creates an illusion depending on the fact that you said that fucking sent me. I cannot undo this. What have you done? It's so veiny. Would you rather dick down Spider-Man or Deadpool? Both at the same time. What kind of fucking question is that? Also, Deadpool fits all of my metrics. Let's be serious. I mean, Spider-Man doesn't, not depending on which Spider-Man it is. I'm rocking kielbasa, but my thighs are built like brisket, so my shit ends up looking kosher Frank. Shut the fuck up! Is that why my dick looks like that? Because I've got heinous thighs? Is that the reason? Is that the reason my dick don't look like that? Damn. Now we know. Also, is it like rigatoni or like... No! Wait, no! That's why the short balls are so small at your thighs. Spider-Man can shibari you in the most fantastic way, but Deadpool's katana is textured for your pleasure. You right. The yapping would distract me. I don't feel like Deadpool would necessarily... Yeah, he would. Never mind. I'm gonna take that back. It's fine. Let me like your bow tie noodles. I mean, it's bigger when your legs are bigger. It looks smaller. Yeah, that's the conversation. That's the joke. What about Ben Grimm? It's all rock hard, isn't it? Peter Parker would be way too angsty. Like, I get it. Your girlfriend and uncle are dead. Can you just finish already? That's so sad. I too have interchangeable ones. Okay, no, stop. That's not what... Yes, there's video proof. That's not what I'm talking about. I was gonna ask you about your leg days as part of the joke because there's video proof, but that's fine. I gained 1 centimeter when I lost 100 pounds. Hey, look at you. Congrats. Yeah, I mean, you would bang Ben, but he's happily married. They might be down for that. You don't know. This is bedroom time, not therapy time.
I was gonna move my chair over here and sit next to you, but this is absolutely going to try and surpass the gate if I do.
Look at him. He's waiting. He's waiting for you to fuck up.
He also knows I have food in my hands.
I'm almost done anyway. It's fine.
You're fine. I just...
That's my secret, Cap. I'm always rock hard. To quote Markiplier, it's 10 inches around. That's a cheese wheel. What do you mean? Like a rock elbow. We were talking about leg day because your thighs, like this, not your thighs, but the size of someone's thighs, you know. IB, did I tell you my commission's reopened? Are you going to draw Big Titty Jesus? Also, I think you did. I think we talked about it. I think you mentioned last time you were here. And then we were like, yeah, go commission Treen. And then I think we were going to commission you for something. Fuck, what was it? Oh.
I'm pretty sure it was Big Titty Jesus.
No, it was something else. There was something more serious than that. I don't know. I'll think about it. But yes. It was something. We said Hulk's dick was like a cheese wheel. I said what I said. I'm not taking that back. I mean, yeah, kind of. The Thing's wife has actually. She said she found his human form weird and much prefers his rock form. Yeah, I think so. I don't remember. We need to fulfill the contract. I'll work on it. I gotta remember what the fuck it even was, Treen. I sincerely don't remember. There was something. And it was important, but now I don't remember.
I don't fucking either. I don't know what it could have been.
Yeah, me too, brain fry. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's okay. You know I'm down bad for you. Anytime. It's all good. Listen, I'm gonna go... Y'all remember the MBM BAM show contract shit? I want to sign it. Why? Can I gravel in you? You need to know about... What? The statues? The Hermes statues in Greece? Oh, no, the sculpture. Like a Herm sculpture. Herma. Oh. It's a head and a block of stone with a ween. No, not Hermes. It is literally called Herma, which is a statue. It is a sculpture with a head and torso above a plain, usually squared lower section on which male genitals can be carved at the appropriate height. Hermae were so called either because the head of Hermes was most common, or from their etymological connection with the Greek word hermata, meaning block of stone, which originally had no references to Hermes at all. It was adopted by the Romans.
As most things were.
Yes. Damn, he built like me, though, for real. Get out. Stop it. Get some help. Also, thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate you. I'm so gonna be in trouble. It's fine, though. Nobody worry about it. We're just out here doing our best. Man. Some things in life are free. Alright, let's do this. Yo, thank you. I don't really know how we got into a discussion about the chicken wings, but that's fine. I'm here for that.
You guys made this work. You bullied me into booty stuff.
Yeah, you bullied me into booty stuff. That's fine. I'm gonna go get in trouble now because I was supposed to watch a movie with Castle, and I think we were. Anyway, I don't really know, but I'm sure I'm gonna get yelled at after he finishes defending himself about being buried in Spider-Man. But yeah, I do have new stuff available at autumnivyofficial.com if you guys want to check it out. Discounts are live. I do also have merch available at autumnivy.com, but there will be more. Of course, Thursdays are technically when we're back. It'll be about 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I may stream a little more frequently this week because I'm being left to my own devices to fend for myself in the cold with no food, because Ellis is going to take care of his sweet Nan for the week. So I will be left to die alone.
You told me to go!
With the animals. So, don't worry about it, though. Everybody don't panic. But for right now, again, autumnivyofficial.com. Please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Don't do anything I wouldn't do and take your grandma's goldfish for a walk because Ellis is leaving me alone in the cold to suffer for myself. I have to go defend myself against a man with very muscular thighs, and a questionably sized, what did you call it? What did you call it? Fucking shell? Pasta shell, I think is what you called it. Anyway, we're gonna raid into Unruly, mostly because I really fucking love Unruly, and they're just honestly pretty cool, and I adore them. So that's what we're gonna be doing. So we're gonna raid in. You guys be nice to Ruly. Say hello. Give them all of the loves. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We got this. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, though. Except unless it's that. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Don't worry about it. We're gonna go down. We will go down with this ship.